in. Now come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right?
Hey everybody, we're back for another members only. Members only, members only, members only, members only, only. What's up? What's happening, everybody? Girl, I'm tired. I'm tired, y'all. Like, no. And what I mean when I say I'm tired is I did the Kiara LASHAE workout today. And my arms aren't cooperating. My arms aren't doing what God intended for them to do, which is move when my brain tells them to move. When I tell y'all, I can't. I can't. But I'm here, girl, and I want to get into a few things. First of all, before we actually get into the B Simone of it all, I have something I want to play for you guys from TikTok. One of my favorite bisexual girlies down to the TikTok girl. Her name's Nika. She posted this story today. Yesterday. And it's so funny because I literally remember seeing the video that she stitched and thinking, oh, wow, that's so fucking ignorant. And I kept scrolling. But apparently, in lieu of Pride Month, Nika decided to stitch it and make an example out of the lady. Made a little content about it. Let's go to Nika's page and see if we can find the original content right here.
And when I'm in a
Okay, hold up. Let's see. Let's see if we can. No, we can't.
bathroom getting ready, hair and makeup, my sons is not allowed in the bathroom. I don't play that shit. No, they cannot watch me get ready. I'm doing hair and makeup. They don't need to be here. They're boys.
I swear, every day we just, we stray farther and farther away from God's light. What are you talking about, lady? God forbid the little nigga learn how to appreciate the process of a woman getting ready before he has a potential future female partner. This idea that exposing your sons to things that women do is inherently then going to make them gay is crazy. The fact that you all are so focused on the fact that they could be gay is crazy. I don't get it. I remember having a conversation with someone who was very close in my life, who I love dearly. And we were having a conversation about backpacks, and her son had, I think, picked up a pink backpack or was looking at pink backpacks. And she made a whole thing about it because he will not be wearing a pink backpack because he is a little boy. And boys don't wear backpacks because we are raising men in this house. And I just remember thinking to myself, that's strange. What do you mean he can't like pink and be a man? What does liking pink have to do with being a man? And if we're worried about him liking pink and being gay, those two things don't have anything to do with each other. Pink is a color. It has nothing to do with sexuality at all. My parents specifically did everything in their power to ensure that their kids weren't gay. And 2 out of the 4 of us are Fruit Loops. I have aunts and uncles who also did everything in their power to ensure that their kids were not gay. And they also gave birth to Fruit Loops. The idea that exposing someone to a certain thing is then going to turn them gay, it's not a thing. That's not how that works. I grew up watching nothing but heterosexual relationships my entire life.
Basically.
And my first crush was on a girl in the second grade. Okay? Was a little girl in the second grade. Before I even knew what sex was. I was just obsessed with her. I thought she was pretty. I thought she smelled good. I thought her hair was always really nice, and I wanted to hold hands and play on the playground before I knew what any of that other stuff was. So the content that I was consuming, the Christian content that I was consuming, the amount of time that we were spending in church, the Disney channels that we watched, the Adventures in Odyssey, if you know, you know, the Adventures in Odyssey radio dramas that we listened to, none of that stuff helped. I'm still gay, bitches. And so is my brother and 2 of my other cousins.
Okay, I think we get the point, right? Okay, so then let's get into this.
You about to lose. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job because the popo gonna be knocking at your door, girl. The popo are about to
Hold up.
be knocking at your fucking door. So yesterday, I was in the middle of doing a live when my little sister called me. Now, mind you, my sister called me maybe like 5 minutes before. She and I had just gotten off the phone. So I'm confused as to why she's calling me, but something in my spirit said answer the fucking phone. So I picked the phone up and I'm like, hey, what's going on? I'm on live. Now, mind you, normally, like if that happens, the live would pause, but I can still see my face. And so she quickly is like, hey, so I was just checking your email and you have a cease and desist. I'm sorry. So I'm like, so I quickly end the live. And I call her back. I'm like, what are you talking about? So she then says to me, she's like, yeah, so you have a cease and desist from that lady that you just made the video about, the one that was saying that she doesn't want her sons watching her do her hair and makeup in the bathroom. Yeah, her. And I'm like, what? So I'm like, what are we talking about? So I look in my inbox and this is there. I'm gonna go ahead and move out the way so y'all can pause to read it. So naturally I'm confused because I'm like, what is she talking about? What is she talking about? So I read it and I'm just thinking to myself, what is she talking about? What is she talking about? Saying that I used a racial slur against a child is crazy. Anyone who knows me knows I don't play about children, which is why I made the video in the first place. To say that I'm using a racial slur when I was clearly using cultural colloquialisms is crazy. And last time I checked, I didn't know it was illegal to pray for somebody. Who knew? And last time I checked, in order for something to be defamation, I would have had to say something that was untrue. I would have had to make a claim. I didn't make any claims. I simply responded to a video of you sharing your opinion, as I was just doing. I responded to you sharing your opinion on a public platform. If you didn't want people to comment on it, maybe we shouldn't have said it. Maybe we shouldn't have posted it to a place where we don't have control over how things go. So then I was like, all right, let's go ahead and look. Let's go ahead and look at the letter from the attorney. Now, this is page 1 of the document. Again, I'm just gonna go ahead and move on out of the way.
Defamatory, harassing, and hate-based online content targeting minors and their legal guardian. Oh, wow. Okay. Deidre T. The video in question. Cyber harassment of minors. Defamation of character. Like, there are no children involved. I don't know. Intentional infliction of emotional distress. Racially and sexually discriminatory commentary. Girl, what? Hate-based targeting in violations of Texas law. Wow, she really went there, didn't she?
Pause to read. Page 2. Pause to read. And finally, page 3. Pause to read. Now, I'm a lot of things, but dumb bitch isn't one of them. And so immediately I was like, I'm not going to actually respond to this. So you have record of me saying something sassy to you. So I simply told her, I said, I will not be engaging in this conversation with you without proper representation. We'll go ahead and sort that out and let them sort that out. I then go reach out to my professional network of friends to see who I know who can go ahead and take a look at this to verify its validity before I do anything. I then decided to go ahead and on the rare occasion I use ChatGPT, I decided to plug this bitch into ChatGPT to see what ChatGPT says. And surprise, surprise, ChatGPT said, you know what? This could be real, but it's not likely. So you want to know what I did first thing this morning? You know what I did? I called Scott and Brown and Associates. That's what I did. I go ahead and call them and I get on the phone and this lovely woman answers and she's like,
Scott and Brown Associates are the lawyers named filing the complaint on behalf of the woman who made the video. So allegedly her lawyer.
How can I help you? And I tell her, I was like, hey, so I make videos on social media and I got a letter. I got a cease and desist letter. And I just needed to verify whether or not this is something I should actually be worried about. And again, this lady was so sweet. She's like, oh, absolutely. She said, give me your name, give me the name of the person who sent it, and give me the name of the attorney, and I'll see if they even work here. So then I tell her, I would be more than happy to provide that information for you. Her name is Deirdre. My name is Nika. And the lawyer that she mentioned, her name is Peggy. The very nice lady then proceeds to put me on hold and look everything up for me. She takes me off hold to then tell me, while laughing, yeah, I don't know anything about that. I've never heard of you. I've never heard of her. Peggy does work here, but Peggy knows nothing about this. She then says, can you send me the letter? Can you send me the thread? And I said, you know what? Of course. Happy to. Now, shortly after we get off the phone, she goes ahead and she sends me this. I then tell her, unfortunately, the only thing I know is her name and the fact that she's a nurse. I have her TikTok handle, but that's it. So a few minutes later, she responds to tell me that they found her, that she had to do some sleuthing, but apparently Deirdre Thomas is not her actual name. It's Deirdre Simpson. And so, Miss Deirdre, I come to you humbly just to ask, was this worth it? Did it pay off being a bigot? I can go and answer that for you. The answer is no. No, it didn't pay off. If anything, it cost you. It cost you a lot. Not only did you decide to come on a public platform to display your homophobia, you then went and tried to threaten me with bullshit intimidation tactics by committing fraud. You forged an attorney's signature.
My God.
Did you know that is a crime in the state of Texas? That's a felony in the state of Texas with fines up to like $10,000. Sounds pretty fucking pricey to me. And you pulled that stunt in hopes of keeping your job. Which is funny because honestly, homophobia and healthcare don't sound like they go together.
It don't.
That sounds like a fireable offense to me. Because how can I know? If you're walking around having opinions like this about your children, why would I trust you to care for me anyway? Especially as a queer person. Okay. And in your efforts to go ahead and cover up your bullshit to protect your job, I'm pretty sure you just ended your career. I'm pretty sure you just ended your career. I don't think the board of nursing would take kindly to finding out that you were impersonating an attorney and threatening people.
Mm,
And you know what the funniest part about all of this is?
so funny,
Peggy,
y'all.
the lawyer she decided to impersonate, Peggy.
60-year-old, very
Cody
gay
Gold.
lesbian.
My God sense of humor is unmatched, and karma is a swift.
Peggy is a 60-year-old, very gay lesbian woman. So she committed fraud by forging the signature of a lesbian attorney while being homophobic. It's insane. The jokes write themselves.
One, whichever you choose to believe in, whichever you choose to believe in. But let this all be a lesson to you, okay? If you have licenses worth protecting, I don't know, maybe don't get on the internet and say controversial evil shit.
Maybe, girl. You know how they be. You can't make too much sense for the people. Oh, hey, Brandy. She looks pretty. I want to show you guys something else I saved before we get into it. Cause y'all know I like for these lives to be a little like nourishing for your spirit, if you will, or just something to put on your brain, right? So we were talking about how people are groomed in their childhood to be with abusive people. And I found this, came across my page, and I wanted to go ahead and read it to you guys. It says how your parents groom you to be the perfect bait for a narcissist. Love is sacrifice. That's what you were taught. That to be loved, you have to give everything, even if it means giving yourself away. Be useful, be needed. You were awarded for being helpful, for putting others first. You learned that your worth was tied to your utility. So you became selfless, not out of love, but because you were conditioned to believe that your needs didn't matter, that love meant losing yourself. But selflessness isn't love, it's self abandonment. It's what made you the perfect supply for someone who only wanted to take. Narcissists crave people like you, the overgiver, the one who overfunctions, the one who will bend, break, and bleed just to keep the peace. This wasn't love, it was grooming. You weren't raised to thrive, you were raised to please, to endure, to shrink, and to confuse that pain with connection. Healing is remembering this. You are not here to be consumed. You don't have to be selfless to be loved. Love doesn't require your disappearance. I thought that was a word, y'all. I had to come and share that with y'all. And then this one, because I felt like, girl, I recently went through something like this. So I just was like, with a super avoidant personality. So I wanted to come and give y'all this. The biggest ick, an emotionally avoidant person with no accountability, no empathy, and a master's degree in victimhood. He acts deep, sensitive, thoughtful, introspective, but a look closer. You're the only one doing the emotional labor. When I read this, y'all, I felt so seen. You open your heart. He gives you smoke, poetic words, empty presence. He romanticizes moments to avoid depth. And y'all, the funny part is the woman did all of this to me, but still. Okay? You start doubting yourself. Maybe he's just bad at communication. Maybe he didn't mean it. Maybe he's overwhelmed. But avoidance dressed as softness is still avoidance. And detachment disguised as mystery is still disconnection. You're left feeling heavy, unseen, too much. When I tell y'all that was literally the words used, I was too much. Literally the exact words. I was too much. No real explanation on what was too much. Just it's all too much. Even when you were asking for the bare minimum, which don't want to, like it's merely a, enjoy the time while I'm here type of vibe. Bare minimum. He's not emotionally available. He's emotionally unwilling to take responsibility, to show up fully, to meet you halfway. And that's exactly what it feels like. like you're always having to run across some line where a person should be meeting you. You don't have to keep hoping he'll become emotionally fluent. You don't have to keep shrinking just to feel chosen. You deserve a love that doesn't fear your truth, that doesn't punish your needs, that feels safe, not strategic. And a person goes on to say, I spent 9 years loving someone avoidant, all the emotional labor, none of the emotional safety. That right there. That's why I wrote, love or leave your avoidant partner without tearing your heart apart. Overcome relationship anxiety in just 1 week. Okay, so the book is meant to be self-help, but the words that were said, I connected with. And so I wanted to share. Okay. So let's go ahead and hop into the B Simone of it all, shall we? Let's speed through some of this. Okay.
Shaky. You know why I'm shaky.
Baby, you're on day what of this fast?
We'll get there. I'm about to unwind, by the way. Y'all, if y'all are listening to the audio, first of all, I'm sorry. It's a lot, but the audio drops every Monday. The visual drops every Tuesday. If you listen to the audio, go watch the visual. I am unwinding on camera. I'm in my BET outfit. I'm about to take off my shoes and my earrings. Her shoes are already off. Welcome back, Shekinah. Y'all know Shekinah.
What's up, y'all?
Okay,
We're back.
Sissy, how do you feel?
We're back in our favorite place. We absolutely adore LA.
We love LA. It's like a piece of our heart is in LA.
No, it is.
Why
I don't
is
know what
that?
that means, but
I just think it's the next phase. Like it's next step.
Yeah.
Like you went from
The weather's nice. It's large. Weed is legal. Really good food. A lot of different options. The vibe is kind of laid back. The laws, you know, are better there than in other states. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? The only thing about it is that it's expensive. There's a lot of homeless people because it's so expensive, and there are wildfires. But besides that, it's one of the best places you can be from or live. West Coast is the best coast.
Carolinas. Where'd you come from, Raleigh?
Raleigh.
To Atlanta. It's like
Raleigh to New York.
to New
Maryland.
York. Yeah. Did the East Coast, did the West Coast, did the South. It's like, I mean, did the East Coast, did the South, did the Midwest, Ohio.
West Coast. Yeah.
Now it's like the West Coast is like the next season. Like, okay, LA.
For sure.
We said we just need to be here more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or get us a house.
We will. Get us a house. I'm like,
But
we're
yeah.
going to the house in LA.
Be here more. But I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Why do you
I
say
think-
that though? Like what are you channeling right now?
Not what are you channeling?
Your resilience. You just constantly push through. I don't know how you do it. I'm like, what? I would have been broke. I don't even know
That's
the
not
words.
true because you're so resilient too.
I don't know.
You done been through some shit, so stop.
For sure.
Yeah. You're hungry. I'm gonna let you
So
eat.
hungry.
It's fine. She can
But
cry.
yeah, I'm proud of you.
She's hungry.
You look beautiful.
Thank you, baby.
You feel beautiful
I
tonight?
feel so good. I was on that carpet. I didn't think twice about my answers. You know when you're not happy or
Yeah,
you
your
have-
answers, you was long-winded. I was like, shit, it's feeling
and I meant everything I
You
said.
did.
Oh my God, you guys. On the red carpet today, I was so in my element, in my bag, and so confident and
Yeah.
so bold and just
You were.
I meant everything I said. And you know how I know when I'm in a good space?
Mm.
When I'm talking to people and I look them in their eyes.
Mm.
When I look off or look away or I'm just deflecting, like it's like a nervousness or an
Really?
anxiousness
Yeah,
or a
you
lack
do
of
that to me.
confidence. I looked at every single person in their eye the whole time we had a conversation.
You did.
And that's when I know I'm in a good space. So I feel really good. Like I'm just in a confident season. I'm in a bold season and I'm coming out of so much darkness.
Yeah.
You know? So
That makes me think about, I think the last event we did, I called you after and I was like, I really want your confidence
Yep.
to come from a secure place
Yep.
and a place of like, not that I thought you were faking it till you make it, but there are some moments
hell yeah.
that you have to put on a face. There's some moments that you
Hell
gotta
yeah.
fake it till you make it to feel it. And I was just like, I don't want you to fake it to make it. I want you to feel the
To be
confidence.
it.
I want you to be it. And I think today I saw you being it.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw you
Opposed to
being
the
it.
other event when we had our conversation.
Yeah.
Tell
for
them what
sure.
you told me. Like, you know.
I told you that. What else did I tell
No,
you?
I'm just saying that, like, you know,
Yeah.
you kind of pulled me to the side and were like, basically that. Like,
yeah.
she pulled me to the side and was like, you know, how do you feel? I was like, I was a little nervous. Like, she was like, well, do you feel like you belong here? You were like, do you feel like, do you feel confident? I was like, I mean, excuse me. I was like, I think so.
I feel like she wants praise from her. That's what it feels like. It feels like I want you to even more so expound on why you are praising me in this current moment. And that's not to say that B. Simone is not an impressive woman, because she is. She is. In a day of social media, to stand out and create some form of longevity for yourself is no easy foot. And so I can definitely see how she's deserving of her flowers in some respect. But it gives that she's fishing. It gives that she's fishing for the compliment, if you will.
And you were like, no, like I can tell you're like faking it till you make it.
Yeah, I could tell you weren't.
Yeah.
I think this time it was in a Christian space.
Yeah.
And you're navigating, coming out of the culture,
Yeah.
finding your way in the kingdom part of the entertainment industry. And it was one of those events for you. It was new.
Mhm.
And so I could tell like you were nervous and
Mhm.
finding your space.
Mhm.
But I think, that conversation, you ran with it.
Mhm.
Tonight, you walked confidently and boldly.
I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt great.
Yeah.
I felt great. And what she was saying earlier, while I'm drinking this water, y'all, I'm on a water fast. And I can say that now because by the time y'all see this, I will be off of it. I don't tell people I'm fasting when I'm on it. Of course, she kind of knows because she's my best friend. She's around me all day, every day.
You're withering away.
I'm withering away. I'm a freaking frail. And she hasn't seen me eat for 9.
What did I tell y'all? I just finished talking about this on my Instagram live about fake woke people that love to talk about how they fast and they detox because, worms are in your fucking belly and shit. Kevin Gates, Hotep, pseudoscience, health shit, like drink this that I'm selling you so that you can get rid of the toxins in the bottom of your feet type shit. Like, I don't know, y'all. I feel like the way people promote fasting for spiritual clarity and everything, I do feel like that's probably true for some people. But I also feel like it's something to do in a capitalist first world society, so to speak, where you have the option to eat. So you see not eating for an extended period of time as something virtuous to be proud of. I think it's very interesting to me because the people who I've heard in real life that talk about fasting all the time and I had to do a detox, they be so fucking fake. Like I don't know what that's about, y'all, but I could think of at least 2 people that I know are always like on some, I gotta detox. I gotta stop doing this. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta only eat, grapes all day or only drink water. Like whatever it is. It's always something different. And please don't get me wrong. I do feel like there are times where you need to stop doing certain things, like a time when you stop drinking, a time when you stop smoking, time when you don't have sex for a long time. Like I do think that um n- to not overindulge, it is important. But the way people promote detoxes and fasting, it just feels disingenuous because the people who I've always heard promote that, like in real life, have been some of the most fraudulent personalities that I've experienced. Like they come off like they're honest and authentic about themselves, but the more you look, the more you find that they're performing for everybody. And this hotep, pseudo health conscious shit is something I've noticed in people. I don't know if it's just me.
Oh God.
I broke down last night.
You did. She was getting her
We'll
hair
talk
done?
about that.
Okay.
But I want you to tell them what happened. But
Yeah.
I'm on 9 days of water only. I have
Talk about it. A lot of these fake woke people are cloaking their eating disorder with spiritual language. I feel like that's something as well, and also people needing to self-harm. Like sometimes I feel like fasting is a way for people to self-harm and I don't know if they realize it or not. And yeah, I'm just not with deprivation of any kind. I'm the same. Like I'm okay with pulling back on things. I naturally, we had this conversation on my live. I naturally fast throughout the day because I don't have an appetite and my body doesn't feel like chewing and swallowing food. I'll have coffee, I'll have tea. I suffered through some fucking yogurt this morning and eventually I'll get the appetite. But the first half of my day, I don't feel like eating anything. I don't feel like consuming anything. And a lot of the times I have to make myself eat, especially if I know I'm going to work out so that I have my, everything I need to get through the workout without getting all dizzy and shit. You know? But yeah, it's self-harm. Yes, that's what it feels like. It feels like virtuous self-harm is what it gives to me. It doesn't give that you're actually trying to use this to grow in any way because those people I feel like tend to not show their work. Like if you're actually doing something that's supposed to make you grow as a person, I should be able to see your work. And I can't see their work in that. They're still avoidant. They're still, a cheater or, a gaslighter. You know what I mean? Like they're still doing these very toxic things that make me feel like whatever bullshit they're on in a moment, it's not doing what it's actually supposed to be doing. because it doesn't make you communicate any better. It doesn't make you be any more honest. Like, yeah, it feels like a way to be better than people. It feels like a way to separate yourself from people sometimes as well. It's a control mechanism. Yeah, it's a lot of things. This depriving yourself of sustenance and then telling everybody about it.
Celtic salt in my water, and I do magnesium and potassium, and that's all I have when I do my water fast. I fast every month, but this is the first time this year. I haven't done a 10-day fast.
You only did it once before.
I did it in 2023 twice.
Oh, yeah.
And the third time I tried to do it, I had my answer the first day.
Oh,
so I didn't. Yeah, I was like, I don't even have to do 10 days.
Yeah.
I had my answer the first day of my fast.
Yeah.
So this is my first time doing a 10-day water fast. Not my first time doing a water fast this year, but 10 days. And God is pushing me to 13. I know I'm not going to get
I said,
off.
are you sure?
Yes.
Last night you were crying your eyes out. I said, did you pray again and ask him again?
So tell them what happened. Walk through that.
Oh no, you ain't never lie. AJ, you ain't never lie. Whenever people talk about a celibacy journey, I roll my fucking eyes. And I used to feel like, wait, why am I having this reaction? Well, first of all, I have a problem with purity culture. I have a problem with anti-pleasure culture. And I think we live in a world that tells you that something's wrong with pleasure. And so because people experience pleasure normally in these very toxic and unhealthy ways, people's response to that is to go in the direct opposite direction instead of finding a way to find balance and health in wanting pleasure. I feel like it's another thing where it's, like you said, just another version of deprivation. And then nothing actually changes. Like you're just depriving yourself of it so that you can feel like you did something hard. And then you go right back to doing some of the same shit a lot of the times.
Yeah, I went out to dinner with a friend and then I came home. You were getting your hair done. And I just looked at you and you was like, I'm tired. And I was like, I know you're tired. And you just started crying. And I was like, do you want to stop? Like, you were like, no. And I was like, are you sure? Did you pray about it? Did you ask me about it again? Maybe he's released again. And you were like, no, I'm not released yet. But that's so hard as your friend to watch you go through that.
I was like, this is so hard.
So hard.
Oh my God. And it's not even the hungry part. Like you get past the hunger. Like I can't say like.
It is hard to have a good relationship with food and sex. So people take shortcuts. Yes. You ain't never lie. People love a shortcut, girl. Ooh, people can't stand that middle labor area. And I've never been somebody that likes to like punk out of that all the way. You know what I mean? Like even with my locks, I didn't mind, yeah, I had protective styles and shit, but y'all saw me wear them short. Y'all saw me wear them when they were, to right here and all of that. And then now that they are able to actually, they're all the way formed and all of that. Now I feel like, I think there's still like more steps to this. By the time it starts to get really long, they probably will get a little thicker or something. I'm hoping, girl, who knows? But well, it's a journey. It's a journey to go on. And I didn't want to be scared of what people call the ugly phase. Which I don't, it's not really an ugly phase because girl, I can never be ugly. But it's about you not feeling the best in the style. I don't like to skip the opportunity to make myself feel like I still look good. But if a girl don't feel extra good when she got in some long ass fake hair, I know something. Okay.
If I had a pizza in front of me, I'm like, I'm past the food.
Yeah.
It's 9 days of water. I'm past the food. It's just like your spirit is yearning for answers. I'm about to cry now.
Yeah, I know, me too. I know.
It's like you're yearning for God's voice. You're yearning for something.
You're yearning for food. You're hallucinating. You're yearning for food. Your body is going into fucking shutdown. Are you telling me you haven't eaten anything but water and magnesium pills in 9 days? Is that what that bitch is saying to me? Let me rewind it. That sounds insane, bitch. It reminds me of how the Christian people like to abuse themselves. Y'all ever seen, what was that movie with Tom Hanks? And he does the Da Vinci Code. Fantastic book, y'all. The Da Vinci Code was a fantastic book. But yes, the Da Vinci Code. The man in a Da Vinci Code that would beat himself. And like, so he could go through what he feels like Jesus went through. Girl, for what? What was the point of him dying for your sins if you was just going to do the same shit to yourself? It feels like you don't really appreciate said sacrifice if this is how you handling it. Okay? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
It's 9 days of water. I'm past the food. It's just like your spirit.
What?
I said, are you sure?
Yes.
Last night you were crying your eyes out. I said, did you pray again and ask him again?
So tell them what happened. Walk through that.
Yeah, I went out to dinner with a friend and then I came home. You were getting your hair done. And I just looked at you and you was like, I'm tired. And I was like,
You're tired because you hungry. Your body needs food for energy. Y'all, B Simone is doing that shit to be skinny and you can't tell me no different.
I know you're tired. And you just started crying. And I was like, do you want to stop? Like, you were like, no. And I was like, are you sure? Did you pray about it? Did you ask me about it again? Maybe he's releasing it. And you were like, no, I'm not released yet. But that's so hard as your friend to watch you go through that.
I was like, this is so hard.
So hard.
Oh my God. And it's not even the hungry part. Like you get past the hunger. Like I can't say like, if I had a pizza in front of me, I'm like, I'm past the food.
Yeah.
It's 9 days of water. I'm past the food. It's just like your spirit is yearning for answers. I'm about to cry now.
Yeah, I know, me too. I know.
It's like you're yearning for
What do you mean you too? What the fuck are you about to cry for? You went to dinner. You ate.
You're yearning for something to hold.
When you fast, your spirit becomes set apart and you're sensitive and you're seeking and you're desiring something of him. Do you feel like you're getting what you are seeking for? Or is that where your frustration is?
Probably not. Because what the fuck are you going to get from starving, bitch? How are you going to concentrate on what God is telling you as your body is breaking the fuck down? Like, y'all crazy.
Was that the tears?
I feel like today I was weeping in prayer. I was like, God, help
me.
You
were. I woke up. That was my alarm this morning.
I can't believe you heard me.
Oh, I woke up and you were like going at it. Jazz called and she's like, where's Braylon? Like, we have a phone call. I was like, baby, it's going to be another 30 minutes. She is in there wailing.
Wow.
Yeah, you were gone. I was like, I'm not going in there knocking on the door because she's in her bag right now.
I feel like the way the friend is talking, it sounds like she's her assistant. Low key.
Wow. All I kept saying was, help me, Jesus, help me, Jesus, help me, Jesus. Help me fight spiritually, help me fight. So I feel like my answer is in what is happening in the spiritual realm. I feel like I am attacking something that I can't see right now. Wow. That's what I feel like.
You're attacking you. You're depriving you. You're hurting you. That's what it is. That's the lesson, bitch. I can see it because I can just see. But that's what the lesson is. The lesson is you are depriving yourself. You are hurting yourself. And you should probably stop doing that shit.
That's what I feel like.
You feel like you're attacking something you can't see right now. Do you feel like you know what it could be? Although you can't see it, because sometimes our spirit does know. Like,
I feel like it's a breakthrough with what I'm creating with the app. I feel like there's been so much financial, just my finances, like the budgeting. You see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Like, I notice it in me now, just nitpicking. And it's not even, I just don't.
It's not nitpicking, bitch. It's called protecting your money. It's the anxiety behind, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep this up. Maybe I should go shop somewhere a little cheaper so that I'm not spending so much money that I may not necessarily have in the future. It sounds like your anxiety is telling you to be smart and shop in a place that you could get what you're looking for, but that you don't have to be spending all of that Bloomingdale money, y'all. And that's somebody that likes to, go in between the cheap places and the expensive places. I'm not there enough. And I don't think if I made as much money as she did, I would be there enough to only be shopping in those places. Because it's just not that serious. And clothes come and go. Like, they don't even make clothes the way they used to, like talking about it. So I kind of look at her like, girl, it's right there. It's in front of your face. It is. But I don't know if you can see it because you're so damn hungry. I think your anxiety is telling you not to be out here shopping at Bloomingdale's if you may not have all of this money in another year or two. Hold on to your money. The economy is bad. Prices of shit is going to go up. Your anxiety is probably telling you to chill out a little bit while you got it. Like that's what it's given to me. And I feel like it's so obvious, but girl, it's the message that you got to hear. So you got to hear it in order for it to be real for you. But to me, I'm just looking at the situation like, girl,
don't have it like to spend the liquid. Yeah. I'm used to having liquid. And because I've invested in this app and this platform, I don't have the liquid. I got the money. Not yet. It's coming. I have it in assets. I have it in jewelry. I have it in, but it's like the liquid. I'm used to seeing a certain amount in my account.
But you're also used to a hustle mentality.
For sure.
And this time when you set out to do the app, you said that you wanted to do something that was legacy.
That's going to have longevity. Not quick.
Yes, you
I don't want it.
quick
I don't
return.
want it quick, and I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I know that. I believe in what we're building.
Yeah.
But I think that that's what I'm fighting.
Use the microwave,
spiritually.
and this app is a crock pot.
Wow.
This app is a slow cooker.
Wow.
And you're going to reap the benefits of it later. But right now, you're sowing seeds into that. And so it just takes time. But you'll have that liquid.
I believe that.
You'll have all
I
that.
believe
you know
that.
it.
I know it.
Yeah.
But
and that's why the battle of the app is so challenging, because when God's hand is on something, when his hand is on something, it's
I can appreciate having a friend that is feeding into you in this way, but something about it feels so unhealthy from the friend. Something about it, I don't like how it feels as she's telling her these things. Not that you shouldn't be pouring into your friend and affirming her decision to, make good business decisions. That's not what I'm saying. But it's something about the way you barely have your shit together and you telling her without a shadow of a doubt that her shit gonna be all right. And you don't know that, because business ventures fail all the time. It takes a lot of work. Sometimes it takes failing and trying again. It's a lot. And I feel like, sometimes people try to force a positive outlook on everything, and that is helpful. But I also feel like sometimes it comes from a place of not knowing what else to say.
evident. Do you know how many women's lives are impacted already?
We have
that casting call, bro. Life changing.
Life changing.
Every girl that's a part of this. Are we allowed to talk about that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I had major breakthrough moments. She's launching the app, and there's a talk show on the app that I'm a part of, and we sat on the couch. When I tell you breakthrough moments, like, that's off the backs of you. Yeah, you're going through this. Yeah, you feel like you're tired. Yeah, you got to fast 10 days. Yeah, going into 13. Yes. Yes. You're talking about you want to be a Jamie Foxx. What? You want to be honored at the BET Awards? Well, for sure. This is your journey, babe.
You guys, Simply Pop has launched a new prebiotic soda. Simply Pop, the
Getting these accolades doesn't mean what you think it means. And I think that and it's not that they don't matter, because I feel like whenever you're celebrated, it matters. I don't know. I guess it's just me being in the space that I'm in right now, where I feel like the more I learn, the more certain things aren't as important. I just want my little piece of peace, in this world. I want to be able to do this. I love doing this. I would love to do it in real life on tours, and in real life, I would like to do TED Talks, and I would like to do plays and theater and stage again. There's so many things I would want to do. And it doesn't necessarily require me to have 1 million people, following me or something. And that would be great, I'm sure. But there's a part of me that feels like, however I figure out a way to do the things that I want to do, I will be doing them with peace of mind about the way that I do them, and that it's my journey and it's authentic and it feels good to me. And in all of that, I find that becomes all that's really important, is connecting in a certain way. So sometimes, like, the need and want to get to these places when it comes to fame in the entertainment industry no longer appeal to me in a certain capacity. That's why it's like, you could really just do plays. I don't have to be on television. I don't have to be in movies like that. It'd be great. But I could get back into plays and actually being on stage in front of people, that type of shit. Like, there are ways to do exactly what you want to do without having to give up so much of your peace for the superficiality of it. Because there is something so empty about a lot of what is out there, to me, that it's hard to find depth and meaning in a lot of these things that people find depth and meaning in, you know? And as far, like award shows and the ceremony of celebrities who really ain't shit, clapping for you, like, great,
It's coming and this and that and the money and the financial freedom and what we're building. I don't really know yet.
You're a visionary. You're a visionary. And from the very first podcast you ever had to now, people's lives are attached to it. Purpose is attached to it. Mine was attached to it. Still is attached to it. Fulfillment is attached to it. You are a visionary. And unfortunately, it comes with weight. The weight that you carry on your shoulders for that, you got to carry everybody else along. It's heavy. It's heavy, but you're called. That's period.
I know. You know what you said to me the other day that it's like embedded in my head.
What?
And it just.
You're called. I don't like that wordage. You're called. I more so feel like we all have gifts. I feel like we all have gifts. God implants gifts in everybody. And it's just a matter of you figuring out or having the space, time, energy to figure out what that thing is. But I feel like everybody has a thing that is special or that they do well or whatever. But everybody has their thing. And when people use language that makes it seem as if God is only choosing to give that to certain people, I don't like that. I really don't like it because I find that the people who are given success and money and prestige and access and power are a lot of the times terrible fucking people. So that's not a reflection of God to me, in my opinion.
It was so, I don't even think you've thought about it twice.
What did I say?
I was telling you what I wanted to do with the girls from the casting call. I don't want to talk about that yet, but we had a casting call in Atlanta and women from all over the community came. And I want to do something with a select few of them. And I want to take it to other cities. And I've created something really, really big that's going to take over the world. And I said something to you and I was like,
Okay, hold up, y'all. Now I want to say this. B. Simone, anything you say you're going to do, girl, I hope you get to do it. And I hope you do it. And I'm sure you will. You're very successful. Y'all, this is never to downplay what B. Simone has done for herself and for her community of people, right? Everybody's doing podcasts. But if you mean you're going to get an app and put everybody on the app and have projects on the app, we've done that. Tasha's done that. As far as doing tours, Tasha, what's your boy? The love, the conversations. Like people are doing this. They're doing tours already. Like this is stuff that's happening already. So I do feel like, yes, it's all of this great shit that you want to do, but the way she talks about it gives delusions of grandeur that I attach to the religious aspect of where she's at with it. Not because it won't be big, but because she talks about it. Like how is y'all on a podcast being vapid and going through religions and spiritual practices like underwear, how is that going to change the world? I don't know. I might be being a hater. I don't think I am. I just have questions. Like I'm not trying to be a hater. I just have questions. That's all.
I was like, I want to do this. I was telling you all the ideas. I was like, I want to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to get this, and then we're going to do this design, and we're going to go.
I said whatever you say. Yeah, I told you whatever you say. I get annoyed with that with you.
That melted my heart though.
Yeah.
You were like, whatever you say, I know it's going to happen.
I know
like, you don't have to
happen.
convince me.
No, I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. I've seen it happen. No matter what. That's why I'm like, I'd be scared when you start talking because I'm like, wait, hold on a second. If you start talking about arenas and conferences and this and book, I'm like, whoa. Give it a second because it's going to happen.
You said whatever you say. You were like, whatever you say, I know it's going to happen because you said it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's just the power that, I would almost say the power that I have, but no, the gift that God has given me, and the power that's behind that. Like whatever I believe, whatever.
It is the power that you have. Though. You can say that.
That is crazy.
You can say it's the power that you have.
Woo, Jesus. It's crazy.
Your gift is your words. Your gift is your ability to have, you have the gift of faith. Some people will call it manifestation. Some people will call it certain things. You have the gift to believe. You have the gift to believe. Whatever you believe, Braylon, always happens.
That is wild.
Yeah. It's nuts.
That's the
I started saying stuff. She kind of be like, be quiet.
God, shut up. Please. I can't.
That's manifestation, ma'am. That's not. I understand what you mean by faith, but I think y'all are like being really convoluted and just conflating all of these different phrases. Like y'all are just talking and saying shit at this point to me.
Oh, yeah. So I'm proud of myself for this fast. Today is day 9. Tomorrow is day 10. First of all, it was going to be 3 days. God called me to 10 and I'm hoping he releases me on the 13th.
What would you say to somebody that is in a season that you're in? A season.
So she's waiting for God to tell her to eat? What is God telling you to, what is God telling you to eat look like? You almost passing out? Like what?
Of transition, a season of growth, a season of believing God for something that they
go ahead, take it off. We had on clip-on earrings, baby. It's so heavy,
but I'm about to I ain't about to be on this camera.
It just fell off. I took mine off. I wish I could take this lipstick off. You can sure.
But what would you say to somebody that's in the same season as you, transition, growth, believing God for something, not even knowing all that you're believing for, and it's a tussle, like to give into your flesh and maybe not want to fast or feeling like he's calling you too fast? Like, what does that surrender look like, and how
giving into your flesh? The way y'all treat y'all bodies as if it's something for you to detach from is wild to me. It's wild to me. Like it gives you really don't care about your body the way you think you care about your body. Why are you starving yourself?
How does that person take that next step to do that?
You know, the crazy thing you're asking this, because this is what we just talked about. When you are called and when you are chosen, your choices in your life and your idea of fun and your decisions, they look different. You have to, what? It's so hard letting go of the old you. We were at the BET Awards, and I'm gonna keep it real, y'all. We just left the BET Awards, and I'm like, I'm looking around. I'm like, damn. I just want to get drunk, get a blunt, go binge eat on some food, go out tonight. Fuck it.
We said some other stuff.
We said some other stuff. Baby, I was looking at Lucky Day like, nigga,
what's up? What?
That nigga fine. You hear me?
About to melt on the carpet.
What?
Yeah, it was nuts.
You have to leave your old life behind. I thought about it. Yes. Am I going to follow my thoughts? Every thought cannot be an action. Every thought cannot be reality. Every thought cannot take you back to what God delivered you from.
Yeah.
Deliverance? We talking about drunk driving. We talking about being in the car with niggas that I don't even know. We talking about going to Miami, going to the strip club. I don't know how I got home.
But that's why the price of deliverance is so.
So you could just order some weed and get some food and go back to your house and scroll on TikTok or watch a really good movie or listen to an audio book and take a really long bath. Like, you could have done a lot of things besides starving yourself. You could have still not fucked them. And then you could have still ate, though. You could have had a salad. You could have had a big bowl of fruit, like a bunch of grapes and strawberries and pineapples and cucumbers. Like, you could have just had a big ass thing of fruit in a joint and smoked and reflected and ate your fruit and watched something that, that made you feel like there are so many other things. And y'all, she didn't have to smoke the weed. But I'm just saying, like, y'all know I don't see any issues in gardening. Okay. But that's only if it's what you can handle. And she didn't list off anything that told me the weed was the problem. To me, the thirstiness for men and the alcoholism seemed to be the problem in the situation. So I just went for what what sounded like was the issue.
It costs so much, because in those moments where you contemplate, should I? You're like, I'm not about to give up one night of joy for all of that I just fought through.
A moment of fleshly,
absolutely not.
A flesh, what
absolutely
is it?
Desire,
desire, or when you get fulfilled, fleshly. I don't know the word, but when your flesh is fulfilled for a moment to ruin your destiny, where God is taking you, absolutely not. We back at the Airbnb podcasting. I'm about to wipe this makeup off and lay my ass down, and just kind of want to go get some food or something. We might go get some food. I might ride with her. I might go meet a friend, but I can't go back to my old lifestyle for a moment.
You might go meet a friend, so you might go find dick elsewhere and not Lucky Day dick. And please be clear. Lucky Day dick is toxic dick. Please be clear. Please be clear. Okay? Y'all, this light starting to bother my eyes. So after I be reading so much so long, girl, my eyes get tired. Okay. It's always an extreme with people like her. It's party, drink with your girlfriends instead of industry people. So you do a 10 to 13 day detox. OMG today. My God. Today.
Moment of pleasure. That's what I'm trying to say. Fleshly pleasure in the moment. So to answer your question, I think what brought that up was you
also could have went home and masturbated. Like y'all, I don't feel like pleasure is the problem. I think your lack of discipline, your lack of self-awareness, your lack of self-love. Biggest thing, your lack of self-love. Girl, I feel like you just keep transitioning into different ways of treating yourself like shit. First, you treat yourself like shit by being self-deprecating for your jokes and shit and being thirsty over stupid ass niggas that should be so fucking lucky. But you treating them like they the prize, goofy bitch shit. But it shows you didn't love yourself. Then you get into making your life content, making your friendships pay for your weird ass energy. All of that shit is performative and weirdo shit, and it gives you don't really love yourself. It doesn't. You not feeding your body gives you don't love yourself. You starving yourself of the things that you enjoy or like. Like none of that. Like, didn't you already spend the money on the podcast, girl? Why you couldn't eat?
have to surrender who you thought you were. The person you were is not the person God called you to be.
No. And listen, y'all, she could have not done the weed either, but she could have still got a big ass bowl of fruit. She could have got an edible arrangement sent to the house and sat in front of a nice, wholesome movie. Okay? Maybe something wholesome made for the church people down to the Hallmark or the BET Plus. And just watch her a church movie or maybe even a Christmas movie. You can watch Christmas movies any time of the year, child. Okay? Go watch you something on Disney. It could have been a way, it could have been a turn down night that felt good and didn't feel like deprivation.
It was a transition. The person that made me famous is not who God called me to be. Not all of who he called me to be. It's who I was in that season, but he is moving you to higher. And when you're chosen, you have to make decisions. What did you say? Somebody else is leading your life.
Oh my God, you don't have control of your life anymore. We were talking about that at the awards. Like, we wish we can go out. We wish we can do that. But when you got to check in,
you're submitting to somebody.
I'm not checking in with my husband, or you're not checking in with a man. You're submitting to God, and you're checking, God, can I do that? God, do you want me? And it's like, no, like, you're still having accountability to something.
I know better now.
Yeah,
there was days in my life where I didn't know better. I didn't feel conviction about weed. I didn't feel conviction about alcohol. I didn't feel conviction about certain things. And everybody's conviction is different. Mm-hmm. And I know everybody goes, well, sin is sin. I get that, but we're all on a journey. So you have your relationship with God. And when he tells you something, that's when you move. Yeah. I've been convicted about drinking. I was convicted April 25th, 2023. Haven't had a drink since. Won't forget the date. I remember every moment. Baby, she just had one. And I love it when she order. Yeah. I'm like, give me a lemon drop and drink it for me. Yes, my conviction, I don't push my convictions on everybody else. I've been celibate for 2 years.
No, you don't push your convictions on them, but you resent them for their ability to do what you want to withhold from yourself. That's why you don't like that girl. You can act like you like her, but you don't really like her. You like the fact that she praises you. You like the fact that she's religiously indoctrinated. You like the fact that she's skinny. And you like the fact that you can do these things and she'll support you in it and be a yes woman.
My friends is getting some. I'm like, all right, girl, tell me about it.
I wish. I wish.
I'm letting my friends go on their own journey. I don't push my convictions on other people. Everybody has their own relationship with Christ, and you have to be obedient to what God is telling you to do. So to answer your question, I think it's that when you're called and when you're chosen,
you got to surrender.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's about maturity and what you want to do. I don't feel like, y'all, I feel like what she's saying God is telling her to do something. And if y'all want to identify it that way, that's fine. But I feel like maturity, time, and what you're trying to work and build for requires discipline. Nobody has to like whisper that in your ear. Like, and then also when she talked about she got convicted, so life made you sit your ass down because you was doing too fucking much. That's what that sounds like. You were doing too much because you lacked discipline, self-love, and self-control. And now, instead of finding a way to balance that out, you are starving yourself. The self-deprivation is just like a running to the opposite direction that you were already, you know what I'm saying, in. No disrespect to my religious friends, but the called and chosen stuff has always been weird to me. You know why? Because it makes it seem as if to be chosen is being a part of God's special club that not everybody can get into. And that's not how God is supposed to work. But that's because it's based in the hierarchical, patriarchal, monotheistic sky daddy type of thing. Like that's what it's based in. That's where it comes from. It's an Abrahamic religion. It's meant for the worship of men. Like it's written, edited, a certain way. It's practiced a certain way because it has an overall effect that it wants to create. And it wants to make you feel shame and guilt about your life. It wants to basically use fear to force you to be a good person. And I feel like you don't always need fear because life will teach you lessons. And if you're listening to life and paying attention to how you feel, like if you make bad decisions and then those decisions turn out to have repercussions that don't feel good, what do you learn from that, class? Not to do those things anymore so that you don't get in trouble and have those same repercussions placed on you again. It just kind of feels like 1 + 1 = 2. I feel like people make things overly complicated and then they put God on top of it to add virtue to it, to virtue signal so that they can feel like they're better than other people. Not because they actually feel this religion in such a manner that it really is about what God said it's about. No, this is about y'all doing capitalist Christianity, spiritual practice shit, which is based in money and makes you feel like you're only doing good by God when you're winning financially and all of this shit. And anytime you down, it's only because God is setting you up for your financial comeback. That's capitalism, y'all. That's not God. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. There are ways that your life is going to work out based off your own energy and inertia. Please don't get me wrong. The things you put into it, you usually get out of it. You know what I mean? So if you work hard at anything, you're probably going to get something good out of it, especially if it's something for yourself versus, being for somebody else. Why you always dragging God into stuff that's really self-love? God ain't your PR team. Do the work for you. Yes. It really, I would say it bastardizes it, but I feel like people have been using religion in this way since they started calling it religion.
You gotta fight your flesh. You gotta fight it. My flesh don't run me. I tell my flesh what to. I tell my flesh what to do. My flesh don't tell me when to eat.
Yeah.
I tell my flesh when to eat.
Yeah.
My flesh don't tell me when to get. I tell my flesh when to get up.
Yeah.
I tell.
Ma'am, yeah, initially, but at some point, your body is going to crash the fuck out because you think you telling your body what to do and it's just you and the will of God. But no, ma'am, you continue to not eat, and at some point, you're gonna pass the fuck out. I don't think you're gonna have a choice in the matter.
So I've been doing on this ice bath shit lately.
I think that's your word for this year.
What?
Discipline.
Discipline.
You've been in the gym. You've been doing your skincare routine. You've been fasting. You've been doing ice baths.
Ice baths.
Like,
I went.
going
First
to the
time I did an ice
sauna.
bath was 20 seconds. I'm up to 4 minutes now.
Crazy.
Sitting in the whole time I'm in there, I can do hard things.
Mental.
What?
For sure.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I think that's it. It's fighting your flesh.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like discipline. It feels like punishment. Everything she says feels like I'm finding a way to be stronger in the punishment. And I just feel like that's not really the healthy thing you think that it is, to create this resistance to punishment. Not to say that building up one's resistance to physical pain is not a good thing, y'all. It's the way she makes it a methodical thing. And it still feels like she's still missing the main part of it, which is to love herself.
Girl, I don't know
Every
what God
single
has for
day.
you. Jesus.
Oh God, let me drink my water. I'm so
Because the mental capacity and the mental strength that you're building right now in this season is nuts.
it's nuts.
I don't know what it's for.
It's
I don't think
mind-blowing.
you know.
I don't know. Don't scare me, sis.
No, it's
I'm
gonna
about
be
to unzip.
crazy.
I'm sweating.
I'm like,
What do you think
Lord.
is happening?
I don't know.
You never seen me like this.
Mm-mm. No, I've never seen you like this. I've never seen you this, like, just on it. Like,
What did I say?
I'm like, Jesus.
What did
You said, go get a piece of
You
sushi.
said, are you hungry? I said, yes. She said, you want to eat? Yes, I do want to eat. Come on, I wish you could eat in LA. I can't eat in LA. I mean, the first 3 days of my birthday trip in Saudi Arabia, I was out there with Connor.
She's in psychosis at this point.
We were out there for 7 days. The first 3 days, I'm in a different country with amazing food. I did not eat for 3 days. I don't know what's going on with me.
But the thing about that, what just triggered in my brain.
I was fasting. I'm not, y'all. I didn't just not eat.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be skinny. I'm not on Ozempic. I'm not anorexic. It's a spiritual fast, spiritual reasons.
Going
Cause she know what it sound like.
through your friends, going through transitions with your friends that you don't really, you understand, because I understand 1000% of what you're experiencing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you still miss the things that you used to do, or
You
you
connect
that
on.
bonding
Yes.
together. Like, our
Yes.
thing is food.
Our thing is
we go to
food.
restaurants and we order 10, 15 things.
She ordered something. We were at the mall yesterday. I was like, open the bag. Let me smell it.
I wanted you to smell it. I was
She's like, bite the
please,
fries.
no,
Well, she
seriously.
doesn't tempt me or force me, but
Dip it.
she's like, you don't want to eat? Like we eat together. We laugh together. We taste food together. Like it's like
Yeah.
a thing when we eat.
Yeah, and your season of solitude. It's
Yeah.
like last night I had to call somebody else to go to dinner or go out.
Yeah.
because you're just in your bag of solitude. And
Yeah.
it's like, you really have to be able to support your friend during those seasons, because it's like, and it's challenging.
It is.
Because you're changing, you're turning.
I'm gonna tell you why this isn't good. I'm gonna tell you why I feel like this isn't good, and I just thought about it. It's because most of the time, people are already in a space of lack in a way that they don't recognize. You withholding in all of these ways, as if, I think you think, oh, because we're eating and drinking and smoking and having too much sex, that is a reflection that we need to pull all of those things away, including fucking food, sustenance, so that I can become disciplined. That's not really what you're doing. When you're trying to fix whatever your issues are, you have to think about what your core issues are. And to me, her core issues is that she's already been starved. Whatever attention, love, whatever it was in childhood that Braylon did not get, the adult version of Braylon that is thirsty for people's attention and admiration and all of that the way you are, that person is a result of what you didn't get as a child. So to me, it's not that you need to give yourself all these bad things. It's just that you need to find good things to give yourself a lot of because you are already being deprived. It feels like early on, she was already probably in survival mode, not having. And so the answer to those problems is not to withhold even more so from yourself in order to punish yourself, because that's what that really is. It's you punishing yourself. You're not providing sustenance for your body, my girl. Like, I feel like we don't realize how much we're not getting and how not having shit doesn't really make you any better, especially if it's shit that you need, like food and rest. I think people feel like people fail to realize that anything in extreme access is bad for us. Anything. Sounds to me like she's searching for control of herself. Yes, I believe that. I believe that. But I feel like this is not the way to get it. This is not the way to get it. I bet you any money her not eating, her putting herself through these extreme punishment type things means she's a bitch to be around. I bet you any money she's in some type of like toxic, abusive relationship with most people that she's close to, but specifically in this relationship with this friend. Because I imagine the way she talks about her, it feels like she would low key, it keep talking about, oh, she went out to eat. Oh, we was somewhere and she ate and she opened up the bag. It feels like you probably at some point would say some mean ass shit to her to get off the aggravation that she gets to eat in front of you. Is it just me that feels like she probably treats people like shit because she's so hangry?
Turning into somebody different.
Jesus.
You're different. And I'm like, who is she becoming? I don't even know. You're so different.
In what ways? This is crazy. We never talked about this.
You're just different. Like you're everything.
Am I different in any bad ways that you think I need to like?
Bad?
Yeah. Are there like any red flags different or different in like what? Like tell me. Like
no, I think the only red flag would be that you're so inner right now that it is about you. And I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing.
Okay.
I see that as like, this is just the season you're in and something that you're navigating.
Okay.
And I don't even think you don't even know all that it is.
Kind of like when you say about me, like a selfish thing, kind of.
I don't know if I would say selfish, but I think you're just how we consider everybody else. We consider you like you're considering you.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of a
like
selfish
that?
season.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that, but I can
Oh,
see.
no? Yeah.
I do feel like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't use the word selfish, but I see how that can be selfish.
Or
though.
feel selfish to a friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
So in this moment, what's actually happening here is it seemed at first like you were asking for her to tell you what the issues are because you don't want to seem like you're just asking for praise. So you ask her for the bad thing. She says the bad thing, but she keeps changing it so that you will be comfortable with what she's saying, which is that you're selfish. And I imagine that shows up because you don't eat, you're not getting any dick. And so everybody else has to feel bad or be walking on fucking eggshells because they're getting it, or they have to hide it from you and all of that shit. It sounds like not just that you're selfish and only internally, you're not paying attention to anything that's going on around you in order to be a good friend to anybody. And you can put yourself first, you guys, and still check in with your people to make sure they're good too.
I don't think it's bad. I think it's just something that the cost that you have to pay right now. I don't think it's something that you necessarily even want to do either.
Wow.
But it's just what you have to, the cost that you have to pay. Yeah. And sticking beside your friend during those times.
You've been
like,
so supportive though.
Thank you.
So supportive.
Thank you. Yeah.
Because I don't even see myself through your lens. And I haven't had like, there's no tug or war. You just, okay. This is what you're doing? Okay. You know, like you speak when there's something to say though.
I'd be like, listen,
yeah.
You're acting real.
Or like, hey, like you're not being confident or whatever. You tell me however you feel about whatever, but
yeah.
Dang, let's dig more there. Tell me.
What?
who I am right now.
You know what doesn't belong in your epic summer plans? Getting burned by your old wireless bill. While you're planning beach trips, barbecues, and 3-day.
Well, then I will. I'll tell you one thing, the girl got the ads in her videos. Do you hear me?
Charges, you'll be chilling literally.
A friendship that will never end. When you are weak, I will be strong, helping you to carry on. Follow me, I will be there. Don't be afraid. Count on. You can count on me.
You're figuring it out.
Sorry, y'all.
You're shedding the old you. It's like a snake when they have to go through the shedding process and they literally shed their old skin. That's what you physically, mentally, like emotionally, you're just becoming I don't know what you're becoming. You're becoming whoever God has called you to be. I know that.
Okay. As long as I'm not going down the wrong path.
No, I don't think you're going down. I think that we talked about this. One of the things that we talked about was I just coming from our friendships, traumas, and all the things that we've experienced within our friendships publicly and all the things.
Yeah.
We had a real conversation.
Man, you checked me.
And I checked you.
You were like, you sound so mad. You sound so angry. You sound so bitter. Like
I was over
because the bitch is hungry and miserable. And instead of giving herself what she needs to feel good and feel happy and find a way to balance that, she wants to deprive herself of everything so that she can beat y'all over the head with her virtuosity. Girl, get the fuck out of my face.
We're like, this is not discernment. This is pain.
Yeah. I said, how can Pastor Darius, our pastor, said something and I'll never forget it. He was like, people want to say that they're discerning things, but why is it that you only can discern when somebody's bad?
When something's bad.
Or something's not going right? Why can't this person ever discern when this is a good relationship in my life? Why can't you discern when this is a great opportunity and this is a door that I'm supposed to walk into? Why is it always something? He's like, no, that's superstition. That's actually fear. You're scared.
It's fear.
You're traumatized by a relationship.
And so many women go through that, whether it's
Is it you being traumatized or are you now hyper aware? Because to me, I feel like, people just have to prove things and be consistent. And I can believe what you tell me. You know what I'm saying? If it match. But as soon as shit start not matching, I'm backing the fuck out. I'm not about to find a discernment to make myself stay somewhere and shit ain't lining up.
Nigga, whether it's a friend, you get hurt and now you move with this fear. Guard up, this fear, this anger, you're broken, you're hurt. Yeah. So I don't want to ever move like that. I think about all the things I did in my past for people, for friends, for niggas, for family, for the wrong people. The money, I done gave people money. I done bought houses. I done paid for divorces.
Now think about how I feel as your friend.
And then let me tell you, I'm gonna get there. And I've done all that. And then the right people come around that have the purest heart, that love you so much, and you're stifling and you're looking and you're paranoid and you're looking people up and down and it's anxiety. That's not coming from a healed place. It's coming from, like you said, bitterness. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's like a guard is up. Yeah. I've never been like that in my life. And I feel like I'm coming out of that slowly. Yeah, but there was a little moment where I had it, like I was heavy. I was like, and I was aware. I was like, I do not want to be like this. Yeah. I feel it. Yeah. I hear it in my tone. Like, I agree with you. I can't even say I disagree with you. I feel it.
Yeah. You don't think it's the religion? You don't think it's the religion depriving you of everything that you enjoy? You know, and it doesn't even have to be that way, but that's the way you're processing it. You don't think that's any of it? But I just told y'all that she's probably treating this girl like shit. That's why the girl had to tell her something.
It was like, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Let's catch it. Yeah. Let's catch it.
Yeah. You were swallowing it though, because you didn't have nothing. Okay.
But what were we going to say and think about how I feel as
this was the hardest season of my life this last year. And sometimes from the public perception, it's like being a best friend with a celebrity. Everybody thinks that, because you're connected to this person, then your life is just as grand as theirs, or you got
it, or they helping you.
Baby, when I tell you, didn't have a job, living with my parents, a single mom, all this happened to me this past year.
Jesus.
And then it's like to not have resentment in my heart towards you because I saw you do this for other people. I saw you give a check to somebody to help them through whatever they went through. And it's like, God, like I love him. That's my soul. And I can't nobody didn't give me a handout, but guess what? That wasn't your responsibility. God had to take me through that for my own season, for my own thing. I had to get my car repossessed.
Jesus.
I had to go through the food stamps line. I had to be on Medicaid. Because whatever I'm building my story too. But it's like, as a friend somebody who has it, it's hard to digest because everybody around you.
I'm sorry. Was she working for her while going through this? Because I have questions. I have questions. Was she working for her when she was going through this? Because to me, the way they talk, it seems like the friend is being an assistant. Somebody called her and she answered and said, oh, she's not going to be ready until a certain time. And then we went here and we went there. Yeah, you might be also working with her now front facing on camera or something. But it's given you're a friend who's also acting as an assistant, but you were fucking struggling while still showing up to her house and working with her. Is that what I'm to believe? I'm so confused right now. But what I will say is two things can be true. For one, your friend should never lose her fucking car. She might need to get on Medicaid. She might need to live with her parents. But she should never be losing her car. She should never be struggling that fucking hard when her friend is shopping at Bloomingdale's. And I'm sorry, y'all. I do feel like you're supposed to take care of the people around you if you can. I do. I'm not saying you have to be permanently responsible for them until they get on their feet and all of that shit. But I do think saving somebody from losing their house, saving somebody from losing their car, like, yeah, bro, I'm a throw something at that. I'm gonna try to help. If I had it, I'd just pay the whole motherfucking thing. Don't worry about it. Good on my spirit, bitch. That's if I got it, man, good on my spirit. And you ain't beholden to me or nothing like that. I did it because I wanted to, because I wanted to help. I could help. Go be great, bitch. I don't know. Okay. But does that mean I got to give you a job? No. Does that mean I have to show up every time you need something from me because you realize now you can count on me? No, bitch. No, because a lot of the times people that do have money and they give to their family and their friends, people overuse them. They do. They take advantage of those situations. And the truth of the matter is, y'all, in 2025, as a young woman, I don't know how old this lady is, but you needed to go through what you went through so that you could get on your own fucking feet. This is very true. This is very true. But you could have been down and got on your feet and still had your car. I'ma just say.
Nobody would, they're probably shocked that I'm even saying this right now. All this year.
In less than 12 months.
What? But I said all that to say.
All that while you girl. She's not a good friend, Jesus. Now they say, what a friend we have in Jesus. That's not what it's giving. It's giving y'all be in this religion. So heavy talking shit in this religion. And your friend a motherfucking pauper. A pauper. Y'all see what I'm saying? Pauper. Y'all know what I'm saying? A poor person, bitch.
Like, I don't even know what was it?
Just not being resentful. And it's both. It's you knowing, oh, that's not your responsibility. And it's me knowing I can help the right people.
Yeah. But the flip side of that is like, okay, not me. Everybody has their own lesson.
Right.
Mine was like, okay, don't be resentful. But you were trying to fight through.
Not even just that, bitch. If you got it, it's not about helping the right people. Is she a good person to you right now? Does she need the help? Give her the fucking money. And then if she do something that make you feel away, don't give her nothing else. If she do something that's flawed or that shows disloyalty or that she doesn't appreciate what you do, then you just don't do anything else and let a grown-ass woman take care of herself. But you don't be sitting up there like the last motherfucker I gave $500 to told me fuck me on an Instagram post and I'm just never gonna get in. And I'm sure it's worse than that. I'm sure it's worse than that, y'all. I'm sure people have done some snake shit. But it's just like, come on, bruh. Like, you got to handle people on a case-by-case basis. Especially if they already in your fucking house. If they already your best friend. In the past 12 months, my nigga, you let her lose a car in the past 12 months?
Through bitterness or unforgiveness, whatever.
I did that already.
Right. But it's like, okay, if God told you to get your some money,
right?
Would you listen or would you allow would you allow what you did in
the
the
resentment
past
and the bitterness
to come between that? Everybody has responsibility.
Yes. Not even to some money. Anything. If God said it, just because you were heartbroken, God said, go, that's your husband, but now you fearful because the last nigga cheated. You done missed out on the whole blessing. You can't let the past pain and the past.
Y'all know I don't believe God be telling y'all that that's y'all husband. Y'all know I don't believe that. Okay? Y'all know I don't even play them games with y'all. Now that I'm older and I thought that's what I was being told too. And that's not even how it translated. I mean, that's what it was, but it could have not been that and he would have still been who he is to me. Like, he could have not been my husband, and how I feel and how he feels, I believe would still be the same. That's how I feel. So for me, this language is just problematic because that wrapped in church language tells me y'all are always and forever looking and thirsting behind the possibility of God sending you some anomaly ass nigga. Good luck. I'm not saying you won't get it. I'm not saying you're not supposed to want marriage. I just don't like the language that they use, y'all. It's very archaic, empty language. It's empty language. It has no nuance to it. It's just one-liners is what it feels like when people say, you know, certain things, and that right there. Oh, you all, you know, insecure and hypersensitive, and that when God was sending you your husband right there. No, bitch, you don't get to tell people that they shouldn't be listening to their fucking instincts about these niggas. That's really what it is. Don't you ever tell no fucking woman not to listen to her instincts about anything. That's not that, y'all. That's not anxiety. That's your fucking instincts telling you these niggas ain't shit. The fuck? You ain't met a husband yet, right? So what are you talking about?
Past heartbreak and the past relationship breakup and the past anger and sadness and brokenness keep you from doing it again, trying it again.
Lord.
Trying it again.
Okay. Hold up, Janae. But did she tell B what she was going through? I just can't. I'm just saying, I can't help if I don't know. She should know because that's her friend. But we know how people will keep things from you. Janae, is that how you pronounce it, girl? Janae? Is it Janae? Girl, listen, I feel you on that. I do. But I also feel like that's why I keep saying in the past year, is she an assistant? Because the way she seems to be in B. Simone's house, it makes me feel like she's always around her. They're always together. How do you not know if somebody has a car or not? You see what I'm saying? How do you spend so much time with your friend? You're with her all the time and you never say, "Hey girl, so what's going on with you?" To me, if she didn't tell her, it's because she felt like she couldn't tell her. Maybe felt like she wouldn't give it to her based on how she was already treating her. Maybe felt like she didn't want to be vulnerable with the bitch because the bitch has been acting like what? A bitch. She said she was acting like a bitch. She had a guard up. You know what I mean? But I feel like that's not an excuse in this situation because it low key to me sounds like she's working for you and you're not paying her adequately. That's low key what it sounds like if we being real. But you know how much these hoes like to, entertainment people love skipping out on labor laws and shit.
Trying it again with the right people, with the right friend, with the right man, with the people that truly love you. I literally talked about that. I said, I want to do what I used to do. I told you I missed that.
You did.
Oh my God, yearning for it. And I know God is going to bring that back tenfold, but just.
That was another point in our relationship.
Yeah.
Recently, I have this opportunity and I called you and I told you about it. And you were just like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you called me back.
I called her right back, y'all. I was so convicted.
Like,
I was so convicted.
You were like, I didn't like how I felt when you told
me. What is this using the word convicted? Girl, let me look it up. Because I need to understand. I think I know what it means, but I like to look, read what they say. Convicted. Having been declared guilty of a criminal offense by verdict or of a jury or a decision of a judge. That's one. Declare. To be guilty or to declare. I was convicted. To be guilty of something. What? I'm sorry. Okay, convicted me in biblical terms. A sinner is brought to repentance and not sin against one's own conscience. Conviction is the work of the Holy Spirit where a person is able to see himself, herself as God sees he, she. It also says guilty, defiled, totally unable to save himself. That's what convicted or conviction means. But her saying I was so convicted, I just kind of feel like she may not be using that word in the right way. And I'm just confused. Let's listen.
Told me that. And I was like, what do you mean? You're like, I don't know what it is. I'm talking this out in real time. But whatever it is, I don't like what I felt. And I said, did you feel jealous? And you were like, I don't think I feel jealous. but like, will we be able to do what we did before?
Yeah.
Will it happen for us again?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's when that's how we got on the conversation of you letting go of the hurt and not being traumatized by your past.
Because
that wasn't the first time she had used the word. That's why I was like, why she keep using that word? It feels like it's something you saw in the Bible and now you like it. It's one of your new favorite words.
We went through all the emotions. Are you angry? Are you sad? Are you jealous? I was like, I'm not jealous because I don't want what you have. I'm sad and I'm angry and I'm upset that I'm not doing it with me.
Yeah.
Like we're not working together.
Yeah.
That's called control. That's called control. Now, how are you going to wrap it?
Like, I don't have that. Y'all, let me tell you something. Anybody that's in my circle, I want to work with you. I want to put you on. I'm putting you in position. I like doing it together.
You do.
How can we do this together? How can we make money together? How can we build together? How can we grow together? How can we?
Another thing I don't like language, y'all. Putting people in position. I don't like that. I don't like that wordage. Putting people in position. I don't like the language of that. I would much prefer someone say that they're helping, or if I want to work with my friends, I want us all to do well. I want to support you. You know what I'm saying? That's the language I would use. I would not convicted guilty. It was a Freudian slip of her resentment and passive aggressiveness. Come on, Kai. Come through, girl. Come through.
All pitch in together. How can we be millionaires? I want to do it together.
Yeah.
And
no, you want to control it. You want to control it and be the queen bee of it. And if it's happening, because to me, if that's what you really feel, that you want all y'all to be working and doing well together, then you know everybody has to have their own individual shit going on in order for people to care. Like, anybody that's doing podcasts, that's doing this type of influencer work, if you are in a friend group, you have to be liked on your own as well. And she has to go get it on her own. You don't want her to pop out in front. She may not, but you still have a fear. You very much still have a fear that somebody is going to come in and overshadow you, outshine you. And yes, I also feel like she wants to take credit. And that's why I don't like that word, putting people on. Because to me, you support me, I support you. It's not I'm putting you on. I don't like that language, because I like to be a connect, y'all. Like, if I got a partner that do something and I know somebody that need it. Oh, I got a friend that do this, da 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 da. I think that's how you're supposed to be community wise, especially with like your friends, your peers, your family members. If people do things well, I do think you're supposed to like support what they got going on. Go to them before you go to somebody else if they do good work. You know what I'm saying? You hear me saying if they do good work, because I don't believe in, helping people just for the sake of helping them.
And there was a point in my life where I had that.
In that way, y'all. In that way. Putting people in positions that they may not necessarily be good at. I would rather just give you the money than for me to speak up for you in a position and then you not do that position well. I would rather just give you the money.
And it was crumbled. So I feel like since that has ended, that season, I've always yearned for it again. But it's just been a season of solitude for 2 damn years.
Maybe the longest season ever.
The longest season ever.
Yeah.
And I think, I know that's what it was. But I was so convicted. I called you right back. I was like, that's not right. We build together. How can we grow together? How can we all pitch in together? How can we be millionaires? I want to do it together.
Yeah.
And there was a point in my life where I had that and it was crumbled. So I feel like since that has ended, that season, I've always yearned for it again. But it's just been a season of solitude for 2 damn years.
Maybe the longest season ever.
The longest season ever.
Didn't you drop all your friends and stop doing all the shit you used to do, girl? What you talking about?
Yeah.
And I know that's what it was. But I was so convicted. I called
to me, if you're not becoming a better person because of the discipline you're putting yourself through, it's not making you a better person. Y'all, working out, eating healthy, taking walks, like just doing all of these really good things that require discipline for yourself, reading books, like all of these things feed you in a way that really eventually should make you happier. Just based on my own personal experience, y'all, when you really are on these journeys of self-discovery, and there are times when you are crying and you are upset and it's not all good and you wish it was better, but it doesn't make it okay to treat other people like shit because of it. Like that's not how that works. And I feel like the fact that what you're saying to us is everything you've been putting yourself through for the past year has not made you a better person, but merely more insufferable to be around.
you right back. I was like, that's not right.
Yeah.
Like your friend, she just told me she was doing something so bomb,
Yeah.
so great. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I was like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
has to
like
get out
how
of my
you
heart.
felt, for sure.
Like what?
But if we just did that, nobody's looking for the perfect friend.
Man.
I just want my friends to be aware
And honest.
and honest. I'm okay if you feel a little jealous.
Address it and fix
Say it.
Pray about it.
Literally.
Let's purge your heart.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. And
I hate to stop her again. You guys, we all have these moments of feeling like, damn, they, that's good for them, but damn, I wish I was getting something like that. I think we all have those moments. And what you do is you still clap for that person, you still support them, you still wish them well, and you mean it by the way you treat them. Even if you have a feeling that you're not where you want to be, seeing them get something that they want, even if it makes you feel slightly uncomfortable, you are supposed to fight past that feeling, and you're never supposed to let that feeling dictate the way you treat that person. You're not supposed to get quiet. You're not supposed to not support them. You're not supposed to not big them up. Like, you're not supposed to allow that feeling to dictate what comes out of your mouth or how you handle somebody. And even if you had to say, girl, I swear to God, like, I'm having such a hard time right now. So it may not be like sounding the way I really want it to sound, but I'm so happy for you. And I love that for you. And I'm proud of you and I support you. And if there's anything I can do to make sure that everything goes smoothly for you, let me know. That is what I feel like you would do, even if you were having a good time and you cared about the person. I don't think she really care about this girl like that. I think she care about this girl because she can use this girl. This girl has an emotional dependency on her. I think they have a codependent relationship that she gets a lot out of, especially because she can't find a man.
So many relationships would last and outstand the test of time if we just did
Took
that.
accountability.
Mhm.
I'm so proud of us for how we're doing this in this
Bro.
season. I'm like, are you okay? You looked at me kind of funny.
No,
Like,
for
what are you
sure.
feeling?
Why
Are you feeling
your left eye? Are you mad? It's like, no, nigga, I'm not.
I'm sleepy.
Literally.
I'm hungry.
Okay, thank you, Jasmine. I thank you for reminding me about that. I knew that's what it meant. I just couldn't, I'm like, I know that she's trying to say something, but I also feel like people use words in a certain way and it still is saying the same thing no matter how they're trying to use the word. You know what I'm saying? That's why she said it was a Freudian slip. But I agree with you. Conviction is a term used in a Christian community to communicate that God or the Holy Spirit is tugging at you to correct an action, which is why she called her back to talk. Meaning that in the moment, after I had that reaction, I felt bad about that reaction and I wanted to call you back and I wanted to correct that with you. Okay? Yeah, but still, she doesn't have clarity about her own feelings. Yeah, no, she doesn't. She doesn't.
Damn, we've had some. Yeah,
Because we both were in our own seasons of solitude too.
Yeah,
While I was going through that and rebuilding myself, we both have been rebuilding, but rebuilding different parts of us.
yeah.
And
Can you imagine your fucking friend losing everything in a year, get one good job, and you on the phone like, okay, well, that's good. The fuck? No, girl. No. Like, that to me, if you really love people, there should always be a part of you that actually really is happy for them and rooting for them. And I think you should push that side through in those moments instead of allowing, to me, the fact that you let her know that you felt away. That I'm looking at you side-eyed because you let her know and she didn't have to know you felt away. But she knew based on your tone. Because in that moment, you just couldn't fucking help yourself. You didn't have the discipline to not let that bleed through to her, to ruin the moment for her. You see what I'm saying? You're still not doing what you need to do because where is the discipline in that moment? The discipline should have showed up not in the apology, but in the mind to say, I'm not going to make this about me. I'm happy for you, friend. That's so dope.
it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but communication, self-awareness, constant conversation, constant check-ins. Like, you got to be on some like, well, Max, do you think you're a good friend?
I do.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I try to adjust when issues are brought to me. I think that's what makes a good friend. Like, I try to hear my friends. I try to, and I mean, I guess I can't say I'm a good friend because I am a friend to me. For sure. I do think I'm a good friend. I treat myself very well and I'm working on treating myself even better. But I feel like my heart is pure.
Yeah.
I feel like I have good intent. And when there is an issue brought to me, I try to adjust.
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe because of the way you grift. I find it really hard to believe that you have honest intentions simply because of the way you grift through your life.
It's a heart. I take it to heed.
Yeah.
I take it to heed. I don't even know if that's the right way. I take it to
You've
heed.
been reading First Kings and King James. Have
Take heed to it. But do you think I'm a good friend? That would be a question for one of my friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anything that I can do better in this season, let's
Yeah.
say it right now and let's say it publicly and let's hold me accountable to making those steps.
I think you're an amazing friend. I think
when people ask you to hold them accountable and be honest and say if you have an issue with them, it's because they want to handle it while they can bullshit their way through it. And sometimes I don't have to have this, like, because I was in a situation like this with a friend, a former friend of mine. And she was like, if you have something else to say it. And she had already said something that made me feel away. And I was like, I think you're being a smart ass to me. And so I would rather just get quiet and not say anything, because anytime I ask you about something I perceive as shade, you either act like I'm tripping or you quickly apologize, making me feel like there was no point in me even really addressing it. But that's not how I get down. I address things for me, not for you. So there was a moment where, we had a conversation. I thought we had gotten past it. And I asked her something for real. Like I asked her something, a question, and she felt like I was accusing her of something. I wasn't accusing. I really was just asking. But she didn't like the fact that I thought she was capable of what I asked her. And I'm like, I'm like, girl, what do you mean? I know you. I know how, manipulative you can be sometimes, how, you go through extremes. Like, she the type of person that'll call your number a whole bunch of times from somebody else's number and then lie and say she ain't do it. She that type of person. To me, I can't even do shit like that. Like, I've never been a crash out like that. And I'm still not. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel real to me to do shit like that. I actually feel my feelings. So I don't pretend to crash out to get responses out of people. That was something that she liked to do. Didn't really pick up on it at first, though, to be clear. But there was a moment where she's like, say whatever you want to say. And I was like, I don't really know how I feel in this moment, but I feel like she's trying to rush me into saying some shit. And I'm like, well, I don't have to say anything until I'm ready to say it. I don't have to say it right now just because you want me to say it. And she didn't like that I said that I told her I don't have to speak right now just because you want me to. I'll speak when I'm ready and when I've had a chance to process how you just made me feel in this moment. Because I feel like a lot of times people rely on you, like they rely on the fact that they can rush you. They can rush you into into responding to responses. They can rush you. You know what I mean? And a lot of the times when you're rushed, you will do what's easiest and what feels safest, which is to just back down or, like in this moment, placate their emotions. And also that way they're off the hook and they can say, oh, I gave you the opportunity, say how you felt. So if later on you act in a way, I can act like it's on you and it's not on me because I gave you the opportunity to say something. Even though, it's like, no, bitch, I need time to process. And you're not going to bully me into, addressing you in this moment if I don't feel like it.
I think that it's the best way I can describe. Okay, this happened.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandma passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, I was crying, you let me talk through it, and it was the best conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were like, let me know what you need. If you want me to come over, if you want me to bring flowers, if you want me to do this. And it's like, in those moments, I don't want you to say that. I just want you to come over with flowers. I didn't want you to be like, because Jesus, you feel weird asking somebody to do certain things like that in a moment of grief.
Wow.
So it's like, I don't think you're a bad friend. I think you're great. You're an amazing friend. You're a supportive friend. You're a friend that will offer the clothes off your back. You are always there. I think it's just moments of comfort that I think you can
show up without permission.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I love that.
Yeah.
I think
that's important. I think that's important. I do think that was something important that they just touched on, showing up without permission. And in a supportive way, not in a crossing of boundaries way. I do think that there's something to be said for that.
That's maybe a trauma thing again, though. In the past, I felt forced to show up without permission. It was performing.
It was.
So now I'm like, all right, I definitely don't want that much. So maybe
and I don't require a lot.
You don't require a lot. Yeah. But it's like, it's full circle. Wow. Doing it for the people that deserve it. Mm-hmm. Doing it for the people that need it. Mm-hmm. Doing for the people that don't take advantage of it. Mm-hmm. It's rewiring your brain. Mm-hmm. It's unlearning. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I would have done that in the past.
But out of a place of obligation.
Out of a place of fear. So I get that. I can do that.
Yeah. And I think what that friend taught you, what that friend was teaching you were things that you have to have in your friendship. So,
okay, like what?
Like that.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
Okay.
Like that was from a place of whatever control
Fear,
or whatever fear, and you did it out of obligation. But like when you really love somebody and that person is your friend,
You do it.
That's how you show up.
Okay.
Yeah. But other than that, I think, showing up without what did you say?
Showing up without permission. I love that.
Showing up without permission.
Wow. Okay. Can I write that down?
That's good.
Thank you. I'm gonna put it in my notes.
Well, I know what I'm working on.
Okay. Do you think you're a good friend, and why?
I think that I have a pure heart. I think that I'm a nurturing friend. I think that I can grow in my friendships with my communication. I'm bad at my phone. I think I lose friends because I'm bad at my phone. But it's an actual trauma for me. My phone, I get a little anxiety. I do. If somebody calls,
I'm laughing because I know.
You know why?
Yes.
You know why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, when I saw that name on my phone, baby, I would have turned my phone off and tell you it was dead.
Hold up. So she has trauma around her phone and B. Simone is laughing. Let me slow that down and back that up a little bit.
I think that I'm a nurturing friend. I think that I can grow in my friendships with my communication. I'm bad at my phone. I think I lose friends because I'm bad at my phone. But it's an extra trauma for me. My phone, I get a little anxiety. I do. If somebody calls,
I'm laughing because I know.
You know why?
Yes.
You know why?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's something that's funny to the friend, y'all. And it looks like her laughing hurt her feelings.
Yeah.
And she looking at it like, and I'm still laughing. Like,
Like, when I saw that name on my phone, baby, I would have turned my phone off and tell you it was dead.
Yeah. So
what the fuck was that? Y'all, what the fuck was that? What was that?
I think, yeah.
She didn't laugh because it wasn't funny and they're not talking about it. But whatever happened, you're laughing about it and it doesn't seem to be funny. That was weird.
Do you think I'm a great friend?
I do. I think you have pure intent. I think you love really hard. I think when you say you're going to do something, like pray, like I'll pray for you or intercede. Like we don't talk about the spiritual stuff. Like that's a great fucking friend. Wow. Excuse me, Lord. That's a great friend. Like if I say pray about this, I know you're in your prayer room praying about it. If like the other day when I was like, oh, we haven't prayed yet, but I'm like, I know
okay.
You're like, okay, like, let me know. Like,
I need to pray. I was like, let's pray.
Yeah. Like, let's go. Like, like that is a spiritual covering I know I have with you. I trust you spiritually.
Yeah.
I trust that if God, even what you said to me about the awards, like we could talk about that. Like,
are you glad you didn't do that? Or are you?
I don't feel either way.
About it?
I don't feel like I missed out on anything.
Yeah.
So let's just say that. I don't feel like I needed to.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I don't feel either way. I'm neutral about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like, oh, why didn't I? I haven't even thought about it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, y'all, that's me and my business partner, Jasmine. And I'm going to give you guys a little BTS on how the LTTA app came about. It all started in 2021 when we launched Close Friends and took
on the red carpet. I was like, nobody's ever done this. Like, I don't know if I felt like I was making a statement, or she kind of was like, what is the intent though? And are you sure God told you that? And we went back and like, she challenged me on it.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't want it to be taken as mockery. I don't want it to be taken as like, it's a joke. She's like,
I'm like, you just had the shorts with a blazer.
Yep. I'm like, and I don't give a fuck. Like,
you
I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, I really feel like it's just like, I feel comfortable. I think it's making it, I was like, and we went back and forth. I was like, nobody would care if I had Jeremiah 29:13 on my back, but we draw the line at carrying in the Bible, like carrying in the word. I can carry a purse, but I can't carry the word. Like, and we just went back and forth and she made me think. She made me think about it. And I'm like, okay, like,
it's performative, bitch. It's unnecessary. You got the Bible app on your phone. The point of bringing the Bible there is to perform your religion for people.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't or whatever. But my point, I ended up not carrying the Bible down the red carpet, which, she was like, all right, what is the intent behind it? And I was like, I think the intent is just, I don't remember what I told you. I texted you.
You were like, I don't know. But, you did. You end up saying that the intent is to.
I was talking it out in real time. Let me see what I text you because I want to know what I said.
I think for me, my point was like, you're a comedian. Like this could be looked at as mockery.
Or people would take it as a joke.
And
And then I'm like, I don't give a fuck about people.
Yeah.
Like, so I can't hold the Bible. I can't, so we went.
No, this was a moment for you to act like that you're fighting for your religion and you're fighting for your God against prosecution, right? Because that's the thing that a lot of like really strong Christians feel, that they're being prosecuted by somebody. And really, I feel like it's delusional. It's delusional. It's you being paranoid, because I think there's an amount of paranoia involved in religious psychosis, especially in a doomsday religion like Christianity. Y'all, Christianity is a doomsday religion. Most of it is wrapped up in the day that death comes looking for you in the name of Jesus Christ. Like, I mean, like, I don't know.
I said, what did I say? You said, I think the intent, but I'm gonna make a full circle point, you guys, about this, because I want to say why I said it. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I said, thinking about it, I literally feel like the intent is we hold everything else: a purse, lip gloss, makeup, accessories. I'm talking this out in real time though, because I never thought about it. This is me, and this is where I am on my.
Those things have utility, ma'am. You don't carry a purse for emotional reasons. You carry a purse because you need to hold your shit in it. You have lip gloss because you need to re-moisturize your lips because you're on camera. And if your lips look dry, then that doesn't look good on camera. Girl, what are we talking about?
I walk, bringing God wherever I go, even to the carpet. I do feel like it's a statement. I don't feel like the Bible is a prop. It's a visual and the foundation of where I am on my walk.
A cross would have said the same shit. You performed it because it had to be something that didn't make any fucking sense. Nobody else is walking down the red carpet with books, bitch. The fuck?
Nobody would say anything if I had a gun purse. But that's the culture.
People did say something about that. They clowned the absolute dog shit out of Angela Simmons for that gun purse. What are you talking about?
What?
They wouldn't.
But that's the culture for you. But I was like, this is the first time I thought about that. So I'm answering in real time. If I had Jeremiah 29:13 on the back of my blazer, nobody would care. But we draw the line at holding a Bible. And I was like, whatever. We went back and forth and we were talking, like, having a conversation. But I said that to say, when you feel something, I trust your relationship with God that I listen to you. Like, I could have just been like, okay.
And sometimes that's hard as your friend.
Yeah.
Because you literally told me in that text. I was like, okay, God, like, I stopped at the gas station and I prayed in that moment.
And that's what I said.
You were like, don't just tell me this because you feel it. Like, I need to know.
I said, I need to.
I think it says something about people being a little stupid when you have to pray about common sense shit. Common sense and first, another thing is the fact that she had to call you to ask you your opinion about whether she should walk down the BET red carpet with a fucking Bible. Like, girl, just do the exploitive shit and don't have to call nobody and drag them emotionally to ask what they think you should do.
To know it's from God. Did you pray about it? And if God said it, I'm gonna listen to you.
Yeah,
but you have to know.
I don't know if God is saying anything or not. I'm just thinking about it outside of me and like what it could be perceived as. Yeah, but that's hard too. It's like those moments, knowing that your friend trusts you in a way like that your words do carry weight with that person. And it's like, you can't just be saying stuff to say stuff. Like, you really actually you have to be prayerful about what you say. And I don't know, that moment, I'm glad you did or you didn't.
I don't feel either way about it.
Yeah, me either.
I don't feel like now that knowing the environment and everything, I don't feel like it would have been bad. Maybe it could have went viral negatively. Maybe whatever. We don't know. We'll never know.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like, damn, why didn't I hold my Bible?
Watch somebody do it next year. And you're gonna be like me.
I don't know.
So she told you not to do it and you didn't do it, and that was smart. And if somebody else does it next year, we'll drag them for that performative bullshit. But I'm so glad that she gave you that solid advice. That was very good advice, friend. That was very good advice. It would have been a performance. It wouldn't have been sincere. It would have been unnecessary. Wear a cross. God is everywhere. Lift up a rock. He's there. You ain't got to do all of that. You ain't got to do all of that to kick it.
Oh, I just felt like it was I put my outfit in ChatGPT and I put her holding. It was just a beautiful visual to me.
It was.
I saw beauty in it.
It was beautiful.
But the world sees.
I was like, can we get
Girl, not you using the Lord's water so that you can ask ChatGPT about wearing a Bible with an outfit. Lord help
a
us.
pocket Bible and you just I went to the store. I literally went.
Yeah, she went and bought me a small. She was like,
she had
carry
a big
this
one, and I was like, let me go find a small pocket one. Like maybe if it just comes up in conversation, it's okay.
I just saw beauty in the. But what is amygdala
by Courtney
Amygdala, my bro, her friend, amygdala. You see, everybody perceives differently.
Yeah,
based off your amygdala. Look it up. Whatever you perceive, you either going to see the glass half full or the glass half empty. You're either going to see it as a negative and mockery, or you're going to see it as a beautiful statement to represent Christ on the carpet. When I saw that, I was so excited about it.
Yeah.
I was like, it was beautiful.
But I think for me right now in this season, as I see you walk through the season of solitude, it's like,
I looked it up, y'all. The main function of the amygdala is emotional processing, particularly in the context of fear, anxiety, and aggression. It plays a key role in identifying potential threats and triggering the fight or flight response. Additionally, the amygdala is involved in associating emotional meaning with memories and influencing decision-making. The amygdala is crucial for processing emotions like fear, anxiety, aggression. It helps identify potential dangers, fight or flight, or freeze. Amygdala plays a role in linking emotions to memories. It's involved in interpreting social cues and understanding the intentions of others. Amygdala's influence on emotional responses can impact how we make decisions. In situations of high stress, the amygdala can bypass the prefrontal cortex and initiate a rapid, sometimes irrational emotional response. So I don't see anywhere in there where it says it's about perspective, because I feel like B. Simone was saying it's about perspective there.
I literally went.
Yeah, she went and bought me a small. She was like,
she
carry
had a big
this
one, and I was like, let me go find a small pocket one. Like maybe if it just comes up in conversation, it's okay.
I just saw beauty in the. But what is amygdala
by Courtney
Amygdala, my bro, her friend, amygdala. You see, everybody perceives differently.
Yeah,
based off your amygdala. Look it up. Whatever you perceive, you either going to see the glass half full or the glass half empty. You're either going to see it as a negative and mockery, or you're going to see it as a beautiful statement to represent Christ on the carpet.
No, I don't think that's what that is. I think you're describing religious psychosis on one of those things. But really what I think is that y'all are using that word to basically say like it helps you form your emotions, and your emotions are what inform your perception of things. I think that's what y'all are meaning to say. But B. Simone is having a hard time, saying that in a way that helps. Okay.
When I saw that, I was so excited about it.
Yeah.
I was like, it was beautiful.
But I think for me right now in this season, as I see you walk through the season of solitude, it's like your aura.
Yeah.
And your light
is that
for
sure. And I believe that. I know that. I know that.
And letting people see
any room I walk in. Yeah, I know that. Yeah. But I'm saying that the way I saw it is not the way the world was going to see it. And which is, I get it, which is fine. And maybe at the end of the conversation, I said, I'm not doing it. Sure. So thank you for speaking.
You didn't like my zip up Bible I brought. You said, ooh.
I said, what is, I didn't know I had zipper. So the point is, I trust you.
Yeah.
And yes, I think
but thank you for being a friend that you can have those conversations with.
Please.
Some people just want yes people around them. Some people just want people that
I don't care how uncomfortable it is.
Goes with it. It's like, no, I can't do that.
I know you.
I'm a truth teller.
You are.
I can't help
Who
it.
you get that from?
My grandma.
Your granny.
My grandma. My grandma I got straight A's in school, and then my little thing on my comments, she talked too much because she would be like, "You baby, just say whatever." Oh, rest in peace, Mama. I love you so much. Man, I had a moment this morning too.
You did.
I was thinking about her last BET Awards. Lord, she's sending all the family
Last
pictures
year.
of me on the screen, and she sent it to me, and I pulled it up and I showed you today what she
So
said.
cute.
Oh, I miss her so much.
Oh,
But yeah,
I love you. Yeah. So yeah, I think you're an amazing friend. I think
what can I grow in? Answering the phone.
Yeah, but I don't take that personally.
You don't care about that. That's why that's why we're still friends.
Yeah, especially in this season though,
for sure.
Like there was little moments. Remember, I was.
Oh,
like,
you did.
Yeah, I was like, okay, like you have to stop telling me you're gonna. Like,
No, that's when I had a boyfriend. You was mad.
I was so jealous. I was jealous of the time you were spending with him.
You
I was.
were.
I
We
was.
talked about that
We talked
too.
about it. I was so
Wow,
proud
we're
of
doing
us.
good.
We're doing so good, babe. I was
You were
so.
like, what did you say?
Bruh, I have the picture vividly in my head. She said she was coming to my house, and I have a window that looks out to the city. I was ready. I was looking out to the window. I was literally like a kid waiting on their daddy to come home from jail.
Oh,
like,
Right, because they just talked about how she was jealous, but they didn't talk about why she was jealous. Like, why are you jealous, B. Simone? Is it because you always still want a man? I think we should deal with that, sis. That there's some depth there that we need to deal with about why you feel like you're always searching for things outside of yourself while promoting this inner work through religious psychosis.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. But I was so excited. Like,
We
my
hadn't
friends hadn't seen each other.
Yeah.
And she called me, and I don't remember what you said, but it was like so nonchalant. I was like,
I'm
yeah, you're like, I'm turning around. I was like, what? I was dressed. I was ready. I was looking out at the city. Like, my friend's coming. Like, I'm just waiting on my couch. And she canceled, and I was just so let down.
You were.
Oh my
And I
God.
think you're not normally like that.
No.
So that was shocking for me.
Like, I can cancel on
But
her.
then it was like, you had somebody else you've been spending time with.
Yeah.
And I'm having to.
I didn't get no time.
Yeah,
I was jealous of the time.
Yeah, you were.
But we talked about that. But yeah, I think, especially.
And I was like, this is the first time I've done it. He's like, no, it's actually been 2 other times you've done it recently. On the 7th of, like, you knew the date.
I was like, I had to speak up now because this is the third time, and I'm really triggered.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see a problem with that. Like, listen, look, I told y'all 3 times you're out. 3 times you playing with my time and acting like you don't give a fuck, and I'm just not dealing with you no more. And I feel like homegirl might have been being passive aggressive as well. I feel often the way people treat you when they have no one else is different than when they get somebody else. If they don't have a partner, they will treat your friendship with more care. As soon as they get a partner, they start to really not give a fuck about their friendship in the same way. And if you already had feelings that you didn't want to express to this friend because you're scared of her response or you don't like confrontation, whatever it may be, I feel like you would be passive aggressive and just not show up because you low-key want to get back at her for whatever she was doing when y'all was around each other. Again, no shade, but I suspect that B. Simone wants a man so bad because she wants regular dick that she can take out in public. Yeah.
But yeah, I think I don't take that.
I don't know how the Christian girl having a little baby in her bed was like.
In this season of solitude, I don't need that. There might be a season where I do though. So you can start working on it now. For sure.
Answer my phone.
Yeah. Answer my phone. But I have noticed in certain things, I will go back to the selfishness. Like, I feel like certain things I am selfish. Like,
yeah. No, I think that comes with being a celebrity too, right? Like you are used to things. I think you're used to things revolving around you.
It comes with me wanting a team that sees my vision and everybody around me is here for the vision.
But we are.
I know.
And that's a problem, y'all. That's low-key a problem. And not because when people actually are like coming together for a goal, I do think that's great. I do. But a part of me feels like that's that same language that Diddy was using. And that's just a way for y'all to be able to get more work out of people without paying them for it. By making them feel like, oh, this is for the cause, this is for the dream, this is for the goal, you know? And I don't like that. I don't like that. I feel like your dream, your goal is your thing. And people can come in your life and help you, and then they might have to exit. You don't own or hold people against doing things for themselves so that they can do something for your dream. No, y'all. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah, I know. Okay, talk about that. I don't want anybody. I mean, we talked about like the team thing. I'm really big on this team right now.
You are.
Team.
Yeah.
I've gotten to the point where it's like, okay, if you're here for a year, that's fine. But in this,
and every time you say team, I get it.
I know, because it's trauma. But in this,
No, I don't think it's trauma.
What do you think it is?
I think that right now, I don't even know if you're supposed to be focused on that.
No, I feel like I am.
That?
I feel like it's all coming together too. I feel like it's in such a good space.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Maybe mine is trauma.
Yeah. I'm like, think about it. Then come back to me. But the team, I'm like, I used to be real big on like, you need to be with me for 10 years and build this. And build. Well, I told you that. I was like, why doesn't people stay and just build the legacy? I could just make millionaires. Like what Tyler Perry's doing.
Literally.
You don't need to go make another.
Every time you say team, I get it.
I know. Because it's trauma.
Really, I think you're used to things revolving around you.
It comes with me wanting a team that sees my vision and everybody around me is here for the vision.
Sorry, y'all. Fucking vapes. It's not a team. A team is when we all have equal parts and we have a goal that we're all going to benefit from. This is not that. People have a team. They have a team of people that work for them. That's what she wants. She wants a team of people that work for her. This is not about having a team that we all friends and we work together. The team is centered around you. It's about you. It's not about anybody else. That's why you don't know what the fuck going on with your friend, because it's not about nobody else but you. You can't have a team, bitch. Ain't no I in team.
But we are.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Okay, talk about that.
I don't want anybody. I mean, we talk about like the team thing. I'm really big on this team right now.
You
Like,
are,
team.
Yeah.
I've gotten to the point where it's like, okay, if you're here for a year, that's fine. But in this,
And every time you say team, I get it.
I know. No, it's trauma. But in this,
No, I don't think it's trauma.
what do you think it is?
I think that right now, I don't even know if you're supposed to be focused on that.
No, I feel like I am.
That?
I feel like it's all coming together too. I feel like it's
Oh, that's you controlling shit outside of yourself. And that's why she's saying, I don't think you're supposed to be worrying about that. I think you should be worrying about doing what you are doing for yourself. And then as these roles come into play, and if you have somebody that wants to fill that role, they can fill that role. But this thing where you feel like you're supposed to be holding people down like Ike Turner, be Simone, wake the fuck up. Come on, girl. Like talking about making millionaires like Tyler Perry. Why do y'all always take this exploitive pimp-like mentality to making money and wanting to make money with other people? It often turns into this very pimp-like language.
because it's such a good space.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Maybe mine is trauma.
Yeah. I'm like, pray about it, think about it. Then come back to me. But the team, I'm like, I used to be real big on like, you need to be with me for 10 years and build this. And build. Well, I told you that. I was like, why doesn't people stay and just build the legacy? I could just make millionaires. Like, what Tyler?
That sounds exactly like what Ike told Tina. Yeah, I make these artists and, they leave me. You know why? Because people are not beholden to you. Because people have their own paths. Because everybody is not just a supporting character in your fucking life, you narcissist. Are you okay?
Tyler Perry's doing.
Literally.
You don't need to go make another Tyler Perry Studios.
Yeah.
Help
I'm
him.
giving it to you. Yes.
Like, I am trying to find that. But I also understand there's other leaders out there. There's other CEOs. There's other women with vision and their own.
No. What you mean they don't need to be another Tyler Perry? Go help him. No, there needs to be another Black person that owns a studio and does movies and production. There needs to be other people that do that, because the more people there are that do that, the less likely y'all are to mistreat Black people because they have nowhere else to go. That's just plain and simple. People having options means it's less likely that they're going to be monopolized. I don't know if y'all know about monopolies. They're not great. It's not the game, bitch. It's companies monopolizing in a space, in an industry, and they have no real competition so that they can treat their clientele however the fuck they want to treat them. They can treat their employees however the fuck they want to treat them if it wasn't for fucking labor laws. Simply because people don't have nowhere else to go. That's why Tyler Perry gets away with doing some of that shit that he does. Because Black people feel like they ain't got no other Black place for us to go. So we might as well go get fucked in the ass over there by Tyler Perry. It's better to get fucked in the ass by somebody that look like me than getting fucked in the ass by a white man. That's what everybody be thinking. The white man ain't trying to give me no job anyway. And I just kind of feel like there has to be another option. Fuck.
Purpose, right? I just, if you're going to be with me for a year, in that year, the vision is LTTA. The vision can't be whatever the fuck you're trying to do, excuse my language, Lord, off to the side. Like, do it after that year then. I want people around because I'm tired of starting over.
But see, that's why I think the conversation of teams.
Well, why are you starting over? People should be assisting you in what you're doing, and they should be interchangeable. Meaning that as soon as one person leaves, you should be able to bring somebody else in. You're the talent. Like, you're the talent, bitch. Like, and there's always more talent.
It's premature.
But why?
Because I don't really think you feel like that.
What do you think I feel like?
I think you want us here longer than a year.
I do. Right. I do. But I'm okay.
No, you're not.
No, I am. I swear I am. If we know the intent.
Look how they
If we know
arguing
you're going to
about
be here for a year,
Mhm.
and you can be an asset for that year, and we make the strategy, we make the exit plan, you can pass the torch to the next person, I'm okay with that.
You just don't want to be left high and dry.
That's it.
Got it.
I don't want to be left high and dry. So if you know your long-term goal is for you to be a CEO and have your own podcast and be a superstar, I need to know that day one.
For sure.
And you don't need to be working for
it deter you?
Yes, because I can just produce your podcast.
Mm.
You don't need to be working for me.
Mm.
If you want to be a podcaster, we need to focus on that.
Mm.
But if you want to, learn, I want to learn logistics. I want to learn operations. I want to learn how to build it. I want to learn this. I want to learn that. I love serving. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Okay, then come help me. If you're an asset, come help. But in this 6 months, in this year, in this 2 years, the vision is LTTA.
I love serving. Oh, where's Jasmine Brown when you need her? Y'all, this is why it's the behavior and not the people and not the relationship dynamic. Y'all, this is toxic.
I need all of you for this
Yeah.
vision. I can't do it on my own.
I need all of you. Yeah, no, bitch. She's exploiting the fuck out of these people. Oh my God. Y'all, this language is extremely problematic to me.
I still think he's refining that.
Okay.
The reason why I think
I accept that.
The reason why I think he's refining that, and the reason why I think the team portion could be a little bit premature, is because the calling on your life, you're an entrepreneur
Mhm.
and you're a visionary.
Mhm.
So you're going to be called to help women like that. You actually get annoyed when people don't have nothing else that they want to do in life.
For sure.
Right.
I
So-
pull it out of them. I'm like, you can do
Exactly.
this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. What? Let's do this. Let's start this. You can, I know it.
Right.
I pull it out of women.
Absolutely.
I know that.
So your greatest
But you also can't pull shit out of people that they don't want to do. Like, I get it. But sometimes it feels like that's also a pimp thing of showing somebody a dream so that you can control them through the dream.
frustration with building a team is that, but it's actually what you're called to. So you got to figure out what is the
Now she about to make her walk to Brooklyn for some cheesecake to prove her loyalty. Like, nah, son. That's really what it feels like.
you got to fine tune that a little bit more before you build a team, because you're gonna build a team of women that are bosses.
So why can't you just be on the team and be a boss?
You
Why
will,
can't you
but
be
you like-
over? Why can't I make you?
Because it seems to me you want to control people and you can't control other bosses. That's why.
A multi-millionaire and you run this
You
section
can't.
of the
Are you
team.
set up for that yet?
What do you mean?
If somebody came and said that this is what they want to work for you, whatever, but they feel they're a boss and they're called to this in 2 years, are you set up to give that person what they want and need to stay within your company like a TPS? Are you set up for that right
Yeah,
now?
I feel like we're building towards that.
Okay.
I feel like that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Like
We're building towards that is not the same thing as you having it.
I don't just want to hinder you and have you be a slave and a worker.
Yeah.
I want you to be fulfilled under me and feel like I am fulfilled. I am doing.
Why do they have to be under you, bitch? That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. That's why them girls separated from you. Don't nobody want to feel like they being pimped out by you, bitch. I'm sorry. Nobody wants to feel like they being pimped out by a goofy bitch. Like, I'm sorry. That's what it is.
Doing what I want to do. Yes, Jennifer is called to this section of the company and she has 40 women under her. They go through Jennifer. They don't even have to come to me. She's fulfilled. She's over 40 women. She's speaking to women. She's working with women. She has this section. She runs this section of the company and she loves what she does. She's
Okay.
still a boss under a company that she would have never been able to build on her own.
I get what you're saying.
Hierarchy.
I get
If Jennifer just works with me, she'd be a millionaire. But she over here trying to start something with
And
5
they-
people
and nothing.
and struggling. And she could still be fulfilled under LTTA. I'm gonna find
But you don't know what. See, this is girl. She sound crazy as fuck to me. This to me, the fact that this is not the part that went viral is insane, because this shit is crazy to me. Girl, in real life, people do not have to work under you forever if they do not want to. People who work in entrepreneurship want their freedom. They want to own their own shit. They don't want to be under you. That's why they're doing what they're doing. You sound like you trying to manipulate people into placing themselves in a hierarchical position with you so that you can feed off of them in some type of way.
those women.
Got you. Okay. They're bosses. They have great vision.
They're leaders,
In
their field.
In their field.
And they can come serve the company.
It does feel like she's talking about an MLM or some type of, fucking Ponzi scheme type shit.
You think Tyler Perry's not hiring leaders?
No, they are. They're bosses.
They're millionaires. They're leaders. They're
Are
millionaires.
they bosses? Let me tell y'all something. To me, to be a boss means to be free. If I have to work for somebody that I don't really like, that's not freedom. If I can't dictate my schedule, that's not really freedom. I'm sorry.
millionaires. They're fulfilled. They're doing what they want to do under this man's vision, though.
Absolutely.
So I just think it's finding the women that see the vision, that can serve the vision, and knowing there's a place for them to flourish and not be hindered in the vision. I don't want to hinder you. I don't want you to be an employee.
I think the time part is you doing your due diligence
to set it up,
putting in the work to set it up, and not making it feel like it's all words. You know, so once you do that, I think that you're gonna get
Not making it feel like it's all words. Your own friend saying how much of a wordsmith bullshit artist you are.
the team part. That's I think that's why I feel the premature part of it.
Yeah.
Because once you do that, you're gonna get the rest.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Tyler Perry is absolutely anti-union. That's why that's why I'm not a fan. That's why I'm not a fan. What I have learned about unions through my own experience and through history is that people need unions. And if you actually are ethically trying to employ people, you should want them to have somebody to stand up for them so that they're getting what they need. When you don't want people to have unions, it's because you want to be able to take advantage of where there are no checks and balances. That's how I feel. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because I've worked in that system. And then historically, whenever somebody is busting up unions, it's because they want to take advantage of the workers.
I get that. The process before the team.
Systems
and operations. You're such a systems person.
Ooh, I love it.
Well, is there anything else you want to get off your chest?
I was like,
this was beautiful.
I want to say that she didn't like that. She doesn't like when she's honest with her, regardless of if it's placating. There were moments where, so here's the thing. I feel like the friend is doing this thing where we all do this thing, y'all. We know a person wants us to be appeasing their ego, right? A person wants you to coax them. And there are moments where you give them that. You coax them, you give them all the compliments. And then there are moments when you want to say what the truth is for you, regardless of the pressure that they're applying, that you change what you say.
Such a good space, y'all. I'm just happy. I'm happy. God brought me through a lot, and I'm just in a good space. We're going to see. I'm just ready for the next season. Like, I'm ready to be in my lit turn up season. Please. I'm not lit outside. Oh. No, I do want to go outside, though.
Please, baby. We can do it. We do it gracefully. I'm like, baby.
I'm outside. I'm ready. Yesterday, she said, I have to get out of the house. Yeah. I was like, okay, I love you. I said, I love you. Send me pictures.
Right. And you lay on the couch watching Straw.
It was so good.
So good. I had to watch it.
Best night.
Oh,
no regrets. No regrets. Best night of my life. I love you so much. Thank you for doing it.
She wants to work for Tyler Perry so bad. It's ridiculous. It's like a dog whistle or something.
This is a great episode.
Okay, wait. We didn't talk about LTTA.
I know.
That drops.
By the time I hear this, it's going to be out. Only the beta, though, y'all. So it's only VIP. Oh, I'm just happy. I'm flourish and not be hindered in the vision. I don't want to hinder you. I don't want you to be an employee.
I think the time part is you doing your due diligence
to set it up,
putting in the work to set it up, and not making it feel like it's all words. You know, so once you do that, I think that you're gonna get the team part. I think that's why I feel the premature part of it. Yeah, because once you do that, you're gonna get the rest.
Yeah. Okay, I get that.
Okay, I get that. Passive aggressive, not genuine in the moment at all. You can even see it in the way her mouth is pursed.
The process before the team. Systems and operations. You're such a systems person.
Ooh, I love it.
Well, is there anything else you want to get off your chest? I was like, this was beautiful.
Is there anything else you want to get off your chest? Passive aggressive, snarky.
I'm in such a good space, y'all. I'm just happy. I'm happy. God brought me through a lot, and I'm just in a good space. We're going to see. I'm just ready for the next season. Like, I'm ready to be in my lit turn up season. Please. I'm not lit outside. Oh. No, I do.
Bitch, you need a burger and a beer, bitch. Something.
I'm gonna go outside, though.
Please,
baby.
We can do it. We do it gracefully. I'm like, baby.
I'm outside. I'm ready. Yesterday, she said, I have to get out of the house. Yeah. I was like, okay, I love you. I said, I love you. Send me pictures.
Right. And you lay on the couch watching Straw.
It was so good.
So good. I had to watch it.
Best night.
Oh,
no regrets. No regrets. Best night of my life.
God.
I love you so much. Thank you for doing this. This is a great episode.
Okay, wait. We didn't talk about
dog whistle to Tyler Perry talking about I watched Straw and I don't regret it. Girl, go the fuck to bed.
LTTA.
I know.
That drops.
By the time I hear this, it's gonna be out. Only the beta, though, y'all. So it's only VIP. It's beta. You have to be invited. Crazy. So go to LTTAapp.com.
Yeah, it's in your friend the link. That's what this is getting.
You have to write it down and go back to that. So, no, I'm fine.
Okay, yeah. Her app, I think, whatever.
Which is just the enemy deterring you from your purpose. That's it. I'm not confused on my purpose. I'm not confused on the mission. I know the mission statement. So it's just honing in and focusing on that. If you have to write it down, write it down. If you got to go back to that, you have to go back to that moment. And Vina says this all the time. She's like, I go back to the rainbow. Like, I saw a rainbow. I asked God to give me a sign. I don't remember details of the story, but she has a screenshot of a rainbow she saw. She's like, when I'm losing faith I go back to the picture. Wow. This is a reminder that God was there in that moment. Yeah. You got to go back to the rainbow. Whatever your rainbow is, you got to go back to it. So you're not confused. Yeah. You're listening to the noise. That's it.
Silence in the noise.
Man.
They just saying words.
Beautiful.
I love you so much.
I love you.
We're on the couch in LA. Look at them toes.
Stop. She's always talking about my fat feet. Bro, the first time I ever remember that I had fat feet.
I was 12 years old.
No, yes. I was 12 at MegaFest in Dallas, Texas. Baby, I thought I was so cute. It was this boy across the street. He said, "Hey, yo, girl. Hey, yo, girl."
Okay, wait a minute, y'all. Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay, okay, okay. No, that's not her. I'm just trying to make sure. Can I just say it is giving gay? Can I say it's giving gay? Can I say that? Because I'm gonna tell y'all, I feel like maybe the reason why you can't find a man is not because there isn't a man that you would want to be with. Maybe you can't find a man because you really like women, so you sabotage the relationships with men, or you seek out a type of man that you know is unavailable, so that you really don't have to be with somebody that you would actually really want to be with. And I do feel like a lot of times, like the way that women try to fight their internalized homophobia is to go to church. Because watching the two of them made me think about these two. These two right here.
The most repeated person that will ever be on in totality. You know her, you love her. She's my bestie, Jackie Hill Perry. Oh my God, bro. You have to do a different.
Oh, y'all, people are gay. People be gay. I'm just, sometimes, but that's what they giving low key at the end there. Like whenever I clock straight women flirting with each other as a bisexual woman, I know that you have to like be testing a boundary or really feel that way, so to speak. And that's the way you have to let it out. You know why? Because I'm actually openly bisexual. People know how much I love women. I don't have to flirt with people unnecessarily. Matter of fact, I know I can't flirt with people unnecessarily. It's actually not a good thing for me at all to ever give people my energy in that way unless I'm sure. That's never been a good thing for me. I have to really like you in order to show you some type of energy, because otherwise, like, you're going to like it and you're going to want it and I'm going to be like, "Ew." And I don't want to be like that. I don't play games with people. Okay? But these two people, whenever y'all have to do all of this little slick shit with one another, having these conversations that we're just joking. We're just joking. We bumped cooches one drunk night, but a man was there. Hoes be gay. She wants a man to validate her like God, and she wants to be the girls she wants to fuck. Yeah. You hit yeah. Yeah, I think we all figured it out. B. Simone, much like Jackie Hill Perry, wants a man to validate her like God, therefore being validated by God. And she wants to actually be the girls who she wants to fuck. That usually happens with women. That's why it shows up as jealousy sometimes. That's why some of those women that be click tight like that, they will fight and go back and forth. And there's a level of homoeroticism that's happening. Like the anger and passion that they're showing has underlying sexual tension. Yeah, girl, when you're actually out and aware of who you are and you're not ashamed of it, you don't do weird passive aggressive shit. You just are who you are. And when you have friends, you don't do weird, slick, gay shit with them unless you actually want to fuck them. Period. Okay? But yeah, I think we had a good time tonight, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through for this members only. I'll try to see if I can do one more before I go out of town. But I love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope you had a good time. And I will see you guys in the next one. All right. Peace out.